But let's cross to our commentary team to guide us through the first half of John O'Neill and Michael McNamee.
Well, fashion notes first of all from Bucharest, which John O'Neill, as a colourblind former international, always enjoys. No surprise that Romania are all in yellow, but Northern Ireland wearing their new green home kit, which has got, how do we describe the waveform stripes. I'll read from the press release. The features sound wave graphics that pay tribute to the chants around the National Football Stadium at Windsor Park. So these vertical stripes are like audio waveforms. Have you not heard about the Belgium away kit? The Belgium away kit is Tintin's outfit, including brown shorts. It's brilliant. Sky blue top with brown shorts. It's Tintin of Belgium.
Football now is not a sport anymore. It's entertainment.
Well, there we are. That's what's happening with the kits. Let's reiterate the sides. Northern Ireland, they've got Conor Hazard in goal. He's three of the last four he's going to play in now. Well, you can perm whatever way you want to talk about it, but maybe a back three of Hume, McNair, the captain, and Toll. Bradley is certainly going to play somewhere, as is Brodie Spencer. Shea Charles, Jordan Thompson as well. Paddy Lane is back in the side too, so 5 changes from the team which started that win against Denmark, and Isaac Price is going to be helping Jamie Reid up front. All in black is Conor Hazard. And as we look at the screen, the high towering shot over the very green sward of the National Arena in Bucharest, a rebuilt version of the stadium that Jimmy Quinn scored in all those years ago in 1985. So Northern Ireland in this, well, the shorts are darker green from the top, and then there's white socks. We're underway. Northern Ireland kicking off, and they're playing from right to left as we look on this screen. I'd say the stadium, from what we can see, is certainly not full. It's maybe half full. It's 55,000 capacity, and cleared upfield or laterally across the pitch by Romania, all in yellow. And there's a little shove in the back, I think, from Isaac Price. There's Paddy Lane with blonde hair, wearing 13.
Not sure of the strip, Michael. I mean, maybe it is the fact that I'm colourblind, but it just doesn't seem to gel between the shorts and the socks.
Well, we'll keep you updated on the fashion items. Our referee this evening is a Swede, and his name is Christopher Karasson, and it's an all-Swedish team of match officials. And Romania with the ball on their far side, the left-hand side. And they have Nita in goal, Mogos, Dragusin, Burka and Mania in the back four. Then Razvan, Marin, Chikaldao, Mann and the captain Stanshu, with Coman as well, completing a sort of 3 players behind the one striker, and that's George Puskás, former Reading player, apparently described in one of the Reading fan websites, one of the most disappointing signings Reading have ever made. He spent 2 years at Reading to no huge effect. So Northern Ireland with Jamie Reid there wearing number 10 in the thick of the action. As I said, the 39th player, John, to be given a debut by Michael O'Neill. He gave away the free kick, and Romania have it inside their own half. It looks like a dry, chilly evening in Bucharest. The long ball played out to number 20, Dennis Mann, who's played against Northern Ireland before. Inside the penalty area, the ball is squared and side-footed away by the Northern Irish defence. I think that was Trey Hume who got his foot on at the end of it and put it out of play on this near side.
Yeah, it just shows you the quality. They have 2 passes out of defence and they get across into the box, and it needed to be defended. It'll be interesting to see, obviously we're going to have to defend a lot during the game, but will we be as direct against them when we have the ball as we were against Denmark in the last game, which I thought was probably one of our best performances for a long time.
Puskás was offside there. The flag has gone up, and Conor Hazard, all in black with yellow flashes, very stylish, and little red flashes as well, just for your help, John. Little red flashes in the black shirt. It's a very busy Northern Ireland kit. I say the main body of the shirt a different shade of green from the shorts. And Conor Hazard now with
he played well in the last game, Michael. He made a couple of good saves at important times,
Clears upfield with the left foot, looking for Lane on this left hand side. Paddy Lane in great goal scoring form for Portsmouth. He's got 11 so far. He's missed the last 2 internationals, winning his 4th cap, and he's watching now as Shea Charles will take this throw in on the Northern Irish left hand side, throwing it long to the edge of the area. That's a jump by Isaac Price, comes off Price's head. Michael O'Neill all in black, gesturing to the Swedish match official.
Yeah, he thought that was a corner.
The ball's out of play for a goal kick.
I thought it might have come off the Romanian last there as well, but unfortunately he's given a goal kick.
And we'll keep you up to speed with Scotland. They're playing the Netherlands in Amsterdam tonight. Colombia, the next opponents for Romania. They take on Romania in Madrid on Tuesday as well. And we'll be live from Hampden Park on Tuesday night from 7:30 on BBC Sounds and BBC Radio Ulster. Romania, under manager Edward Iordanescu, a man with no great career as a player, but he's taken this side and made them very difficult to score against. They won their group well, unbeaten in 10 qualifiers. They fought back from 2-0 down with 3 minutes to go in Lucerne to get a 2-2 draw. Northern Ireland have the ball on their far side. They play it back and across to the man wearing 5. We instead leave it to Hazard, who kicks long left-footed. We made a note last time against Denmark. Northern Ireland weren't playing out from the back, and it seemed to help them. They have the ball on the right-hand side. Reid's made himself available. Gets the ball from Conor Bradley. Bradley continues his run, but Reid can't find him. It's been given away by the Romanians to Isaac Price on the Northern Ireland right-hand side, and that's out of play for a Romanian throw-in. We played 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, from what we can see as well, Michael, I think that Bradley is playing on the right as a right wing back at the minute anyway. I don't think he slipped into midfield as far as we can see.
Should note there must be an issue with Dion Charles. He's not on the bench. Romanian throw-in on their left. They've coughed up possession. It's there for Northern Ireland. Jordan Thompson, whose first touch wasn't great, but he's battling back to win the ball back. Price gives it out to Bradley on that right hand side. We're now used to that distinctive schoolboyish mop of hair of Conor Bradley's.
You saw his interview during the week, Michael. I thought it was a great interview from a lad who's only 20 years of age, and he came across as such a nice guy, but we know that he can crunch you in the tackle as well. Shea
Charles is on the left hand side. The
offside
flag has gone up though against Northern Ireland. We're still getting used to this new kit. We're getting used to the Romanian formation.
Well, I think they are going to play more direct as they did against Denmark, and in this last few passages of play, you know, we've been winning the ball in their half, and I always think that's a good thing, because, you know, we can see if they can defend, which I find a lot of the Continentals, particularly at the back, they can't deal with the long ball and a physical presence.
Paddy Lane was the man offside. Romania have the ball inside their own half. Northern Ireland have started well. Most of the play has been inside the Romanian half. And that's cut out in this near side by Brodie Spencer.
Yeah, again, this once or twice now they've been trying to get that ball over the top of Brodie Spencer, and then their wing back is looking to, you know, join up with the midfield player, and it's caused a few problems there.
Romania inside the Northern Irish half. Played forward, looking for Puskás, nodded away by the Northern Irish defence. Side-footed forward by Northern Ireland. They have it on that far right-hand side. A chance for Bradley to cross the halfway line. Bradley pokes the ball forward. Opportunity now for the new man on the square. Here's Reid in and goal. Reid has scored! Jamie Reid has scored in the 7th minute of his debut. He chipped the ball over Nita. That was a wonderful break out of defence. And Jamie Reid is the superstar in Bucharest for Northern Ireland. He becomes the second oldest debutant to score for Northern Ireland. After 6.5 minutes, it's Romania 0, Northern Ireland 1.
That's a great goal, and we've all spoke about Conor Bradley, and you got to see this run up the right-hand side. But not only is he, you know, he's made the break, he's outpaced everybody on the Romanian side, but his quality ball, the ball into Shea Charles was magnificent. He crossed it to I think it's just, is it come off? No, he hasn't. I thought it came off the keeper. No, it was an absolutely brilliant finish by Reid. He had to lift it over the keeper. The keeper was so close to him, and it's just clipped the top of the bar. And then, but that's a great goal. And that goal and the second goal we scored against Denmark in the last game, Michael, are two of the best goals I've ever seen Northern Ireland play and score. These have come from, you know, inside our own half. They've gone the length of the field, and that's a tremendous finish.
Well, Marshall Gillespie's laptop will be on fire now with all the records I'm sure that Jamie Reid has broken to score after just over 6 minutes on a senior debut.
Did Jamie actually touch the ball before he scored? That'd be worth looking at. I'm not sure.
Maybe just once or twice, but
maybe
yes,
he made a foul or something.
He chipped it, and it was top corner of the net, just clipped off the bar. And Northern Ireland are leading in Bucharest.
Incredible. That's a great start, but a great goal, a wonderful goal.
Wonderful work by Bradley and Shea Charles on the right-hand side. Goodness me.
Yeah, the quality of the pass first from Bradley and then from Shea Charles, and it put it on the plate for Jamie Reid. But having said that, he had to finish it, and he lifted it over the keeper, and you were split second, you thought, is it going to hit the bar? But it hit the bar, and for once our luck was on our side, and it dropped in the corner of the net.
Well, Northern Ireland scored 2 good goals at Windsor Park against Denmark. I know everybody made the point that the Danes already qualified. It was a nothing game for them, but the 2 goals they scored in Belfast back in November were excellent. That was another good goal.
It was, yeah. As I say, it's two of the best goals I've seen any Northern Ireland side score. Quality passing. And again, I mean, it just shows you what a player Conor Bradley is, and
without a doubt he was missed in the Euro qualifiers.
Oh, without a doubt.
Northern Ireland on the left-hand side. The ball is played back to Owen Toll, who's I'm
not sure
started the last 3, starts tonight as well.
Sorry, Michael, I'm not sure who won the ball in the middle of the park just before they fed Bradley, but it was great work all round.
A great team goal.
Yeah.
The referee's blown his whistle for a foul on Mania. Michael O'Neill is hyperactive. We see the replay of Bradley jumping in the back of Mania.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. He's great on the ball, but he's physical as well.
So yes, 9 minutes gone. Romania 0, Northern Ireland 1. Jamie Reid, I think the oldest debutant, scored back in the 50s. That's in Marshall Gillespie's notes somewhere. But Jamie Reid, at the grand old age of 29 and a few hundred days as well, has put Northern Ireland in front. Plays his football for Stevenage. He scored 21 goals in League Cup so far for the League One side, and he scores on his debut inside 7 minutes.
Well, you don't know, it's early days yet.
Bucharest, from what we can tell.
But you're hoping, Michael, that maybe after such a long search, we can maybe find somebody that that can score goals on a regular basis.
Here come the Romanians on the right hand side. Dennis Mann plays the ball infield. I think the home fans are a little bit stunned by that. 22 is Mogos, the right back. 18 is Razman Marin. They're playing nice passes on the right hand side, but they've coughed the ball up. Northern Ireland do just exactly that. Jimmy Reid couldn't put his foot on that attempted pass from Paddy Lane, and it's out to the Romanian left hand side, and they've the ball inside the centre circle, squared by Andrei Burka, winning his 26th international cap. Played all 10 of the qualifying matches. I think just one of 3 Romanians who played all 10. And they're again trying to work this ball out to the right hand side to Dennis Mann. Plays for Parma in Italy. Mann, little ricochet, works in favour of Owen Toll, who scoops the ball away down that Northern Irish left hand side.
Yeah, good defending by Toll. They're certainly looking to play down their right hand side, Northern Ireland's left hand side, and Spencer is going to be on his toes all night, I think.
They have the ball with Razvan Maran. He's given the ball away. Here come Northern Ireland over the halfway line with Isaac Price linking through. Opportunity now for Bradley. Bradley has just tumbled to the floor. 2 defenders got around him, just out crowded him in the end.
Yeah,
but my goodness me, what a threat he is down that right hand side.
It's a poor ball from Price, Michael. He's got to get the ball out in front of Bradley and let him, he's got the legs to take it away from the defender. He's almost waiting for the pass, and that allowed the Romanians to get back, and basically there was 2 of them had to crowd it out. If he gets that ball out in front of him, I don't think he'll catch him and he'll get a strike on goal.
Chikaldao spreads it out to that left hand side, and Mania. We've played 12 minutes. Northern Ireland leading in Bucharest by a goal to 0 in an international friendly. Remember, Romania preparing for the Euros in Germany. Paddy Lane tried to nearly won that ball back on the halfway line. Romania have it, trying to slot it through to the number 20. But Northern Ireland have done good defensive work, and that was Dennis Mann, and that was a flag up against Stan Shue, the captain.
Yeah,
the Northern Irish free kick.
All their play is
that challenge on Brodie Spencer.
Yeah, all their play is down this right hand side, and they're trying to get in the back of Brodie Spencer. Did well on that occasion, cut out the pass, and we're just seeing this again, Michael. I think the ball's not out far enough in front of Paddy Lane, and he's smothered in by the two remaining defenders.
By Burka and Coleman, and eventually Nita, very experienced goalkeeper, 36 years old, winning his 20th cap. He's dived in the ball, smothered it. But Northern Ireland, dare I say it, have started well, John.
They have started well. I mean, they're always going to try and hit them on the break because they're going to be under a lot of pressure tonight. But
long ball by Hazard. The Romanian goalkeeper has to come out of his area to clear his lines. Romania have it on their right-hand side. Stanchu, the captain, comes inside, long raking ball, and that's cut out by Conor Bradley, and this should be to the feet of Trey Hume, wearing number 3, and out to Bradley on that Northern Irish right-hand side. Very deep green pitch in Bucharest, natural grass in the National Arena.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stadium. It's changed a lot from when I played, and I think it was 85.
What was it like in 85 for that game?
Yeah, it had a
just I say that, another chase down that right-hand side by Conor Bradley. He'll be doing well to keep up these energy levels for 90 minutes in Bucharest, but he's been brilliant so far.
No, it was an open stadium there. They had no roof on the stands, and there was a running track all around it. But
the Iron Curtain days.
Yeah, exactly. But it's developed into a beautiful stadium. We were there for the last game.
Yeah. Reid, little nudge on his marker, and Draguzin of Tottenham is back on his feet, and they've given the ball away. Romania haven't started this well at all, and that's a hard challenge, but fair one to the referee. Here come the Romanians. The attempted shot from outside the area is blocked, spins up into the night sky. Stanchu outside the Northern Ireland penalty area. That was a very strong challenge of Jordan Thompson.
Yeah, looked a foul on Thompson, but
Romanians have it still with Chikaldao, the midfielder. They're being forced to go sideways, and Draguzin out to this near side, and Dennis Mann wearing 20. This is the best period of possession that they've had in the opening 15 minutes, the Romanians. And Brody Spencer, did he leave something at Dennis Mann there? Spencer saying, "Won't me, Gov," as the ball drifts out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, the right back Mogos and Mann on the right hand side seems to be where they're hoping to get most joy from.
But a handshake between the two number 20s, Dennis Mann and Brody Spencer. Spencer on loan at Motherwell, winning his 6th international cap. One of those given his chance under previous manager Ian Barraclough. And we're seeing a shot of Edward Iordnescu. This is his 21st game in charge of Romania, and they've only lost 5 so far.
See, again, this is Hazard's got the ball from a goal kick, and he's prepared now to put it into the Romanian half, and I'm happy with that, Michael.
Goes against the current fashions, John.
But it's worked. I think that's why we had such success against Denmark, and we're closer to that goal. We put them under pressure, see if they can defend and play in their half.
Long clearance left-footed by Hazard, won by Romania, but it's only to Jordan Thompson. Ball played forward, attempted flick on by Isaac Price, and they're putting the man under pressure. Conor Bradley's won the ball back on the right-hand side for Northern Ireland. Ball slipped through, and Price is in on goal, and the goalkeeper has to dive in front of him.
But again, Michael, it's a long ball from the goalkeeper. They don't deal with it, and we're playing in their half, and with 2 passes, we've got a chance on the edge of the box again. It just doesn't have enough pace to get to it, and the goalkeeper thinks that he's
all
caught
the
him
goal
late.
threat is coming from the team in light green and dark green.
I mean, their goalkeeper is certainly the most busy at the minute.
Isaac Price, he still looks about 14. Most of the new boys all look as if they should still be at school. I think one of our colleagues worked out an average age of 23 and a half. I think there's only, Josh McGuinness is one of 2 30-somethings in the squad.
Yeah. And then, the number of caps they have as well compared to, the experience of the Romanian team is certainly telling.
And let's not forget the absentees, the 2 Evans boys, Ballard, McCausland, Lewis, and a couple of other youngsters in Forbes and Devlin who featured in recent squads.
Yeah.
Brody Spencer with a throw in for Northern Ireland on the left-hand side, cleared upfield by Romania. That's a Toll winning the header against Puskás, who so far hasn't got a kick.
No, he hasn't touched it.
The Romanian centre forward again is out to the right-hand side. Conor Bradley wins the throw-in of Mania on the Northern Irish right-hand side.
I haven't seen a lot of Jamie Reid, Michael, so in terms of pace, I'm not sure how quick he is, but he's prepared to, to make that run, and if he gets a chance, and he was able to stretch them down that right-hand side on the left-hand side, it'll bring us up the park.
It was the finish of a guy with total confidence.
Oh, it's a tremendous finish. At the start, I wasn't sure whether it just clipped off the goalkeeper and that maybe had taken it on to the crossbar. But no, the goalkeeper came out so quickly that he had to lift it high. And thankfully for him, it just it just finished in underneath the bar.
But he had to play it with a certain deftness of touch.
It was a good finish.
Struck it any harder, it would be over the bar.
Yeah, a good finish.
Wonderful finish. Look out for it on the highlights tonight. BBC One Northern Ireland 10-40. Northern Ireland leading in Bucharest by a goal to 0. Forward by Thompson, looking for Bradley, stretches to try and keep that ball in. Romania have picked it up on their left-hand side. I hesitate to say that Conor Hazard hasn't been threatened so far in the opening 18 minutes. Challenged by Trey Hume. An illegal one, says the referee Coleman.
I mean, I think that's 3 easy decisions he's given, against Northern Ireland. I mean, I'm not sure there's a lot in that. And yet the one we thought against Thompson was more blatant, and he waved play on.
So a free kick opportunity inside the Northern Irish half for Romania. They're all in yellow. And on the screen here, sitting in studio in Blackstaff House in Belfast, they're playing from left to right. So it's the captain standing over the ball, Nikolai Stanciu, now playing his football in Saudi Arabia. The signal's been given. There are half a dozen yellow-shirted attackers outside the Northern Ireland penalty area. Terrible ball forward, easily cleared. I think that was Shea Charles, was able to half volley it away. So the options for Northern Ireland on the bench: Peacock Farrell and Southwood. The goalkeepers: Aaron Donnelly, Conor McMenamin, Callum Marshall, Shane Lavery back in the squad, Paul Smith, Ali McCann, Caelan Boyd-Munce, a possible debutant, Josh McGuinness and Kieran Brown. Ball's all the way back to Florenita, the goalkeeper, who played 19 minutes in Bucharest. And we're still getting our head around the fact that Northern Ireland are looking good. They're playing well, and they scored a terrific goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to what we were saying probably in the last game again, Michael. If you look at possession, I mean, there's no doubt in terms of having the ball that Romania are going to be streets ahead of us. But it doesn't matter a toss if you're not scoring and you're not creating chances. And as I said earlier, their goalkeeper's been the busiest so far.
And they're, of course, thinking about a squad for the Euros in Germany. They'll open up against one of the qualifiers. They're in Group E for the finals. They'll play their opening game the 17th of June against one of the playoff winners.
Yeah,
and then they've got a game in Cologne against Belgium and a game in Frankfurt against Slovakia. It's not the most difficult group.
It's not, no.
But at the minute, they haven't played much football.
They haven't.
In, it has to be said, a changed lineup compared to their regular one that played most of the qualifying campaign. And here is possibly the most recognisable player, Draguzin, who didn't have a fun time at Craven Cottage against Fulham in his full debut for Tottenham last week. Filling in.
It's great play by Reid. Brilliant play.
Van, and that's an illegal pull.
I mean,
and that could be a talking to for Burka. He doesn't look happy. The body language amongst the Romanians at the minute is not happy. That was an untidy and clumsy challenge and a yellow card for Burka.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at Reid, this is great play. This is centre forward play. He's got the ball into his feet. He's held it up. He's turned the defender, and he's brought the the free kick. It's only 20 minutes. So that's all I've seen of him. But so far so good in terms of Reid and his performance.
It's an awful thing to say. He's 29.
I know.
He might be a late developer.
Well,
when you think of some of the other players that Northern Ireland have had a look at over the last sort of 10, 15
when you
years.
look at today's game, Michael, he's probably got another 10 years in him.
Let's hope so. Free kick played forward. There are lots of yellow shirts around the place. Paddy Lane hoisted up into the night sky in Bucharest. Romanians have it on their right-hand side. Played off a retreating Northern Ireland defender out for a Romanian throw-in on the right-hand side. We see the green and white army, the faithful there, packed away enjoying themselves in the terraces of the National Arena in Bucharest.
Well, it's a lovely place to go, Michael, not only for the football stadium, but the city itself is a beautiful place. And there's a terrible pass from the left back, just passed it straight into touch.
So we've nearly played the first quarter of this game. Romania not looking like a side who strolled through their group, as we see a discussion between Jeremy O'Carroll and Michael O'Neill. Of course, Stephen Davis now involved in the coaching staff, the backroom team of the Northern Ireland senior team, and he'll be watching as Brodie Spencer helps it forward over the halfway line. Jamie Reid can't get his foot on it.
No, it's a poor ball from Spencer. You've got it. If you can get the ball into Reid, he will hold it up and bring us up the park. And I don't mind the ball being direct, but it has to be a ball that that you've got a chance of winning, or certainly if not want to win it, to put the defender under pressure.
There's more than a hint of the Umbro kit from the late 80s, the pinstripes of this Northern Ireland kit. It had a mixed reception, shall we say. I think the away shirt's been welcomed.
I'm not sure about
the white shirt.
I'm not sure about this one.
If they win matches, John,
who cares?
What does it matter?
We had a strip when I was at Leicester, Michael, and it was an awful strip, and we never won a game wearing it, I think, and they ditched it very, very quickly.
Long ball played forward into the Northern Ireland penalty area. It might break for Romania. Shot comes in, great. Oh, it's been through the hands of Conor Hazard. And the Romanians have equalised with Dennis Mann with a rifled shot in the 23rd minute. I thought Hazard had done enough maybe to push it over the bar, but such was the power. So in their first attack, Romania have equalised, and Dennis Mann has got his 7th international goal. Romania 1, Northern Ireland 1.
Yeah, it was a poor goal. They're looking for this ball, as I say, over Brodie Spencer, and I mean his first touch was excellent, you know, and he's brought it down, made himself a yard to get the shot in. But you got to ask yourself, I'm just watching it again to see how much power he had in it, but I mean Conor Hazard seems to get 2 hands to this, and he doesn't get it over the bar, and he's looking at his hands as if what happened, it's gone straight through them.
He got past Spencer and Toll a little bit too easily, I'm sure, for the liking of manager Michael O'Neill.
Yeah, it was poor defending, I have to say, but having said that, Michael, the goalkeeper's got to save that, and that's their first shot on target.
So there's the commentator's curse, enthusing about the Northern Irish performance in the first quarter.
But it's been good, Michael, and you're going to need, you know, you have to play well at some stage in the game, and the experience and whatnot in the team, the team has got to learn. And just seeing a photograph or a picture of Michael here, and he must be very disappointed, because up until now they were well in the game and well in control. But at this level, if you make silly mistakes and give them half a yard, they will take the chances. But disappointed in Hazard. He'll be disappointed in himself.
And just maybe Toll offered Mann opened the gate a wee bit for him, and
he's controlled it away from Spencer, and Toll should have really got there a little bit quicker, because there was that period when the ball was 4 or 5 yards away from him and nobody closed it down, and when Mann gets on it and gets a shot, and then you're expecting maybe Hazard to save it, but for some reason his hands weren't strong enough, and it's gone through his hands and into the top of the net.
1-1, 25 minutes played in Bucharest. We'll hear from Jim Mitchelton and Keith Gillespie. Just up the corridor with Joel Taggart. Strong header won there by Brodie Spencer, but it's all the way through to goalkeeper Nita.
Now, got to forget about the mistake, Michael, and concentrate on the good things that they've been doing in this first half.
Romanians inside their own half. It's across to Dragusin.
When you look at it, they've just put up a stat: 128 passes completed by Romania and 61 to Northern Ireland. But I'm not into the stats that often. I don't think it tells a proper picture.
Ball's on the Romanian right-hand side. The goal scorer Mann sweeps it out to that left-hand side. Mania pokes the ball forward. So let's see how Northern Ireland can respond to this setback after a very encouraging opening quarter. 1-1 in Bucharest. The Romanians are on the ball on the halfway line. They're looking for this fella on the right-hand side, Mogos. The right back has come forward. He wins the header, but can only get it to Owen Toll, who escorts that ball out of play. Mogos thinks about the quickly taken throw in. The ball is back in play. It's now out of play for another Romanian throw. Ball's into the crowd. Much enjoyment amongst the fans. And play has continued with Romanians inside the centre circle.
This has been their best part of the match, Michael. The last 5 minutes or so, we don't seem to be able to get the ball off them.
Balls be played into the penalty area, but just couldn't control it. Coman got up in the tip of his boot.
It was almost the exact same, like only came this time. It came from the right-hand side, but unfortunately for them, Koeman's control wasn't as good as Mann's.
Trying to reboot my computer to have a look at the other scores so far this evening. The international friendly games being played, and where's Scotland's game gone? Play continues in Bucharest. It's 0-0 between the Netherlands and Scotland. Christie header's been diverted onto the bar. They played 25 minutes there in Amsterdam. Northern Ireland have won the ball back. Well done, Isaac Price. 30 yards out, spreads it to Conor Bradley. Bradley now bearing down and goal, tries to get it in towards Jamie Reid. Maybe should have tried to get to the byline, but Northern Ireland have it back with Bradley on the right-hand side. Always looks a threat when he has the ball at his feet. Cross comes in from the right, header over the bar, but the flag has gone up against Jamie Reid. Yeah, it was miles offside on that occasion when it came in, but you're right, Michael, the first cross should have came in a lot sooner. But again, it's a ball out from the back. We didn't win it. The centre halves won it, but we got the second ball, and now we're only 10 or 15 yards outside their box, and we're playing there. And eventually we get an attempt on target, although it was offside. Jamie Reid putting pressure on Dragusin. Romania have the ball out on their left-hand side. Yes, they have played a lot of passes. They've seen a lot of the ball.
You know, if Northern Ireland just drop back into their own half and basically say you've got to try and play through us.
Long ball's been played forward, looking for the runner. It's been well marshalled by Owen Toll down by the corner flag. Ball infield. That's an illegal challenge on Trey Hume. It'll be a Northern Ireland free kick just outside their own penalty area. Romanians down. As we see a replay of Toll shielding the ball well against Mogos. Mogos goes down like he was thumped in the face. That was total nonsense.
He's basically run into his arm, maybe
accidentally.
I know. Players are embarrassing when they do that.
He's well tatted up as Mogos, isn't he? We see now the foul by Stanciu on was Jordan Thompson who was brought down.
Yeah, that was a foul.
And again a close-up on screen of a pensive looking Michael O'Neill. Jordan Thompson is back on his feet, and the free kick will be taken deep inside the Northern Ireland half. 15 minutes left in the first half. Romania 1, Northern Ireland 1. Conor Hazard will clear the lines from the free kick, drills it low to the left-hand side, looking for Lane. Doesn't find Lane or Spencer. It deflects off. I think that was Jordan Thompson's forehead. Romania have it. Attempted ball forward is cut out by Brodie Spencer. Northern Ireland working very hard. That's another illegal challenge. The play on says they're every because Jordan Thompson has the ball, gives it infield. Opportunities now for Isaac Price. Lots of yellow shirts in front of him. Here's Conor Bradley popping up regularly in an attacking role on that right hand side. Gets the ball back. Links up well with Price. Price's ball towards Bradley. Nearly gets Bradley in on goal. Just wasn't a clean pass in the end from Isaac Price, but great intentions. Great
play with Charles and Price. Unfortunately, again, Price's ball is just that little bit short. There's not enough pace on it.
Another chip ball forward for Conor Bradley down this right hand side, putting Mania under pressure. He just clears wildly and it falls to a yellow shirt still deep inside the Romanian half. They're trying to build down that left hand side. Puskás, Hungarian background, thus the name. Bradley's racing back to take up a defensive position. He's a fit flea, isn't he? Conor Bradley.
Good player.
The Romanians have the ball inside the Northern Irish half. This is tidy play. Mogos, the right backs, come infield.
That's great
defending. But again, good defensive work. And I think that was Isaac Price getting his foot in the ball. And Jamie Reid's taking on his...
I think that answered the question I asked earlier there, Michael. He didn't have the pace. He pushed it past the centre half and tried to outrun him, but he didn't have the pace there.
Was that Shea Charles maybe bursting through?
Oh, sorry, was it Charles?
Quite similar, Charles and Jamie Reid. Was Shea Charles bursting through?
Have we got high definition here, Michael?
Not quite high enough, Joe.
Need to go back to the opticians.
The stripy shirts don't help the numbers.
They don't.
There's definitely number 18 for Romania, Razvan Marin, with the ball inside his own half. But that was a run forward by Shea Charles. And Dennis Mann, the equaliser for Romania. He plays the ball infield to Mogos. Back to Mann on the Romanian right-hand side. Dragusin, very distinctive, I think they call it a man bun hairstyle. Gets the ball to his captain Stanciu. And it's back with the Tottenham centre back inside the centre circle. Game was just the intensity and the attacking threats just died a little bit. The Romanians try to play the ball through. Hope it's not another commentator's curse. Stanciu plays it forward.
Yeah, well left.
And it's well left by Trey Hume. Places in the hands of Hazard.
Good defending. He's tracked the centre forward all the way there, and he knows the ball's gone over his head, and he allows it to go back to Hazard.
Ball's bowled out to Conor Bradley on the Northern Ireland right-hand side. Isaac Price. Bradley continues his run down that right. He's tormenting Mania. Gets the ball into Price. Little back flick by Price looking for Bradley. They're establishing quite a little understanding on that right-hand side. Isaac Price has committed a foul, free kick.
Bradley and Price are, combining very well, but Price has got to be more determined to make sure he gets the final pass. That's 3 times now, Michael. He's in great position, and you know what he's trying to do, but it's just not putting enough weight on the pass.
Romania have it. We've 12 minutes left in the first half. 1-1 in Bucharest. Last 3 fixtures between the sides have ended in draws. Northern Ireland failed to beat Romania in the qualifying campaign for 2016. Long ball forward, looking for that chase on from goal scorer Reid. Reid gets his foot to the ball, goes down under the challenge, appeals for the free kick, as does his manager.
If that's not a free kick, it's got to be a Northern Ireland throw then.
Dragushin, we're watching. He certainly.
Oh no, he's won the ball, but it is a foul, I think.
Reid under pressure from Dragushin. Michael O'Neill speaking to the Swedish referee. The Swedish referee's body language is very conciliatory, saying, "Please don't shout at me. I know what those words mean."
It's amazing how much
Michael
of a
O'Neill is
discussion
making
they're
his
having
point
there.
strongly. And play will continue as Jamie Reid has got back to his feet.
He looks a handful. You know, he certainly, you know, the centre halves are going to know that Reid's there. It's a terrible
a
ball.
poor ball forward by Romania, cut out by Bradley on the halfway line. Back to Bradley. This is good passing by Northern Ireland out to the right hand side. Back with Bradley. Shea Charles has continued
didn't
his
know
run
he was
forward.
there.
Bradley got a little bit tangled up with his feet there, and he's going to have to chase back because Romania are breaking out of their half.
Yeah, fair play
Bradley
to Bradley.
wins the throw in on the right hand. Are there about 3 Conor Bradleys in the park?
Well, I tell you, he's won the ball inside their half, and then he just got stalled a little bit. He didn't notice the yellow shirt creeping in behind him, which took it off him. But he's chased back 20 yards, won the tackle, and the ball's gone out for Northern Ireland throw.
Taken by Bradley to the feet of Trey Hume, winning his 11th cap.
But we said that about Bradley, Michael, when we first saw him. You know, the guy looked a player, even from day one. You said the
from
same.
The moment he clattered Rodriguez.
Yeah, exactly.
At
you know,
Windsor Park.
And you said the same about Shea Charles. You thought this guy can play.
Now this is good passing by Romania on their left-hand side. They're breaking forward, but it's off the heel of Hume into the path of Pushka, still on the left for the yellow-shirted Romanians. Charles has got the challenge in and does well just to delay the ball forward. Romania still have it. 10 minutes left in the first half, 1-1. That's with Marin. Put under pressure by Reid. And Romania get the ball out to the left-hand side. But again, Isaac Price cuts out that possible route forward. Ball in field to Stanciu, the captain. So at the moment, Northern Ireland with all 10 outfield players behind the ball.
Yeah, you know, they can play in front of you all day. They're not hurting us in any way.
They're trying the Romanians down the right-hand side again with the goal scorer, Dennis Mann's a little flick forward, appeal for a throw-in. It's a Northern Irish throw-in. Good work from Owen Toll.
Yeah, it's great defending, you know. I mean, like, they're playing it, you know, just 10 yards inside their own half, and they're going across the field. We're keeping our shape. You know, the ball's played in.
Toll's ball away, though, has been picked up by Romania halfway inside the Northern Irish half. Romanian right. And again, that's
and
a
we're just
ball.
crowding them out, Michael. As I say, we're just waiting for the pass. We're closing them down, forcing them to play that a little bit too quickly, and then we're clearing the ball.
Romanian coach, Mr. Iordanescu, doesn't look too happy, doesn't look too pleased with his players' efforts in the opening 36 minutes.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, the goals got them out of jail for this first half, because at the end of the day, Northern Ireland have been the team that have looked the most threatening.
Ball hooked forward by Romania. Header won by Paddy McNair.
That's good play. That's
with
never a free kick.
Jordan Thompson hassling and harrying on the halfway line.
I mean, that's just a midfield player, you know, closing down his opposite number and harrying him, and the referee gives a free kick. I mean, where's the foul here, Michael? I mean, he's played the ball.
Swedish referee has given the free kick. Still 0-0 between the Dutch and the Scots in Amsterdam. Don't forget the meeting on Tuesday evening, live on BBC Sounds and BBC Radio Ulster from 7:30. TV highlights of this game tonight, BBC One at 10:40. And of course a sports sound combining Ulster Rugby and the Premiership tomorrow. Ball poked forward, looking for Jamie Reid to make the run. Dragushin helps it back to the goalkeeper. John O'Neill's getting a little bit flustered in front of his screen. We've each got a screen. John's got his own screen.
It's the same game, I hope, but again, Michael, the ball from Price isn't good enough. He's got to work on that. He's getting himself into great position, and it's just his final pass is letting him down.
Here comes Mogosh on the right hand side for Romania. Mann gets the ball forward. Dennis Mann now into the penalty area on his left foot. He shoots. It's been blocked. I think it was Bradley, or certainly hit somebody in a green shirt full in the face. That was a moment of threat for Dennis Mann. Yeah, you can't let him cut in on his left foot.
You can't let him get round the back here. It's the first time they had 2 or 3 passes which really opened us up.
Reid challenge on Dragushin, and Paddy Lane's done well to skip past it.
I thought he was going to go down. He could have went down because it was a rash tackle there.
Just seeing this opportunity again.
That's good passing here.
Man slots the ball through, gets it back, and then again he cuts in on the left foot.
He had his own player.
Yeah. Puskás, I think. There was traffic in front of him. He swung, hit him in the stomach.
Yeah.
So that was a let off for Northern Ireland. Still 1-1, 7 minutes left in the first half. Brodie Spencer has a throw in on this near side for Northern Ireland. Doesn't find anybody in it. All new green jersey, but Romania have given possession away. Here comes Shea Charles. Charles now to goal scorer Reid. Left edge of the penalty area. Reid trying to twist and turn. And he's lost possession of the ball, but Northern Ireland have won a throw in on this left-hand side.
Yeah, he'll be annoyed with himself, Michael. He just took a little too long, and eventually he was just crowded out by sheer numbers. But another great break, putting them under pressure in their own 18-yard box.
That's a challenge on Jordan Thompson on this near side. Northern Ireland won a throw in again. Stan Shoes claiming Thompson took a dive there, was looking for a free kick. Northern Ireland throw in will be taken by Brodie Spencer. It's almost level with the 18-yard box. Has been told to get on with it. We remember the days of Northern Ireland players getting sent off for wasting time. Brodie Spencer winding up for the long throw.
You need to be careful here.
The left-hand side, looking for Price. Price wins the header, but can only find a yellow jersey. Romania still have it inside their own half. I think it was a high foot there. Free kicks.
Is that what it was
goes
for?
To Romania.
It's a soft game. Football's become a soft game, Michael, isn't it?
Jordan Thompson, I think, the man penalised. Paddy McNair putting pressure on Puskás. Spencer was there, and I think we haven't seen what illegal challenge Jordan Thompson made, because the director panned away from the action. 5 minutes left in the first half, 1-1 in Bucharest. It's a dry evening. I'm told it's chilly. Here comes Dennis Mann coming in field on his left foot. Spreads it out to that left-hand side. The blonde-haired Mania passes it back inside. Dragushin inside the centre circle in the Northern Irish half. Mogosh, the right back, he's got support from Dennis Mann. Mann returns the favour. Mogosh gets to the byline, gets the cross in, nodded away by Northern Ireland, but that's a poor attempted clearance, only as far as Stanshu. Stanshu, the captain, stabs it forward.
What a tackle.
Side-footed away. Good challenge coming in from Northern Ireland. 4 minutes left in the first half. Romania looking for a goal that would put them in front. Chips in to the penalty area. Good header away by Trey Hume. There's a Toll. It was Toll.
Toll, I think, maybe, yeah.
Ball into the Northern Irish penalty area. Brodie Spencer's making the block on Mogosh. There's a clash of heads and both are down.
Yeah, good defending. Yeah, good defending by Spencer. Critical time here, Michael. We're 4.5 minutes away from half time. We've got to try and make sure our concentration is 100%. We don't give them anything. This, see us into half time at 1-1, and we'll be delighted with that.
Yeah, totally accidental between Brodie Spencer and Vasil Mogosh.
Yeah, I think the problems we're having is certainly down our left-hand side. I think maybe the inexperience of Lane. Yeah, it really was quite a clash of heads. But the inexperience of
Spencer's back
Lane
on his feet.
That's good. The inexperience of Lane and Brodie Spencer, I think they need more time to play together. I think they're just too far apart. Lane doesn't close them down quickly enough, and it gives them that little space within the play. But that all comes with experience, Michael. I mean, the lads are only Lane's got 7, and how many? Spencer's got 6 games, under their belt. So it's a learning process for them.
Mogosh has definitely come off the worst in the challenge, as we see a shot of some of the green and white army enjoying themselves in Bucharest.
But again, for the young guys that have come in and are trying to establish themselves on the side, it is a learning process, and they've got to learn to talk to one another right across the back 4, the back 5, passing players on, and you only get that with experience. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of experience in the side. I mean, when I go back to when I played, I came in with a lot of experience around me who were able to help me along in the game. A lot of these young lads are having to learn it together, and that is obviously a lot more difficult.
Netherlands have just taken the lead against Scotland 5 minutes before half-time in Amsterdam. Dutch leading by a goal to 0.
And again, Conor Hazard with the ball in his head is going to put it into their half, and rightly so. I think we've got a lot of success from that.
Puts the ball on the grass, kicks left-footed to that right-hand side where it's nodded in field.
There we are again, Michael. Look,
Romania
we're off and playing.
Coughed up the ball forward by Bradley. Opportunity now for Reid. Reid trying to square it. He squares it into the hands of the goalkeeper.
He was unlucky. He was trying to get it across the lane. He had made the break up the left-hand side. Just didn't get enough on it. It just went too close to the goalkeeper.
There's a touch of the Dean Charles about him in that.
Yeah.
You know, he's coming from a lower league and he's working his socks off.
He looks as if he's relishing the challenge.
And it's coming late in life, so, you know.
Yeah.
He took his chance brilliantly.
It was a great goal for him.
Romanian's ball forward. Does that flag won't go up because the ball is run out of play for Northern Ireland goal kick. The Romanian flags of blue, yellow and green are being waved behind that goal.
Yeah,
defended by Conor Hazard.
They must be disappointed, you know, with their performance.
Well, I suppose you talk in dramatic terms of poor dress rehearsals and all that. It doesn't matter a toot what you do in the warm-up games, John.
It doesn't.
I seem to remember a Northern Ireland team getting thumped in Paris ahead of a World Cup.
Absolutely right, yeah. You know, so it doesn't really matter. And from our point of view, we just want to see Northern Ireland. You know, he's just booked the goalkeeper. He's just booked Hazard for time wasting.
He's booked Hazard for time wasting, has he?
No, we just want to see the players, you know, getting a little bit more experience, you know, giving a good show of themselves and not being embarrassed against what we thought was going to be, you know, a very good team. But they've held their own. And
1 minute of normal time left to play in Bucharest as Romania scooped that ball out of play on the far side. That's another chat between Jordan Thompson and the referee, as I think the graphic is going to go up for that yellow card for Conor Hazard. So he joins the Romanian Andrei Burka in the Swedish referee's notebook. So the left foot of Conor Hazard kicks the ball over the halfway line to that right-hand side, where again it's kept in.
Every
Falls
time,
to
Michael,
Shea
every time, you know, we're coming away with the ball when we play it more direct.
It's a foul inside the Northern Irish half on Trey Hume.
Good play, you know, he's invited the foul. He's got the foul now, and another, you know, 30-40 seconds wasted to get us in at half-time.
That was the experienced captain Stan Shu winning a 67th cap. Bit of a rugby tackle on Trey Hume. That mop of curly hair and moustache. And again, it's Conor Hazard all black. We're going to play
2 minutes.
A minimum of 2 additional minutes.
I'd be surprised when it was been on about time wasting. We had the stoppage for the clash of heads. I think we got off light there.
Ball played forward from the free kick, flicked header on by Owen Toll of all people. Toll chips it up, looking for Price making the run, and Toll had just overstruck.
He's just overhit it, hasn't he?
Goes out of play for a goal kick.
From the free kick on the halfway line, he pushes Toll up. Toll wins the header. It drops down to his feet. He tries to lob it over the centre half and just puts a little too much on it.
Ball's with the Romanians inside their own half. Into those 2 additional minutes. Romania will be happy to play keep ball for the next 90 seconds. We're over the halfway line into the Northern Irish half. And that was Jordan Thompson doing some harrying and hassling there. And Romania trying to do something down their left-hand side with Manny. Romanians taking a tumble under a challenge from Conor Bradley, who helps him back to his feet. I think he tripped over a divot. Ball's played forward down the middle. Is the flag going to go up? An opportunity now for 2-1. Brilliant challenge by Brodie Spencer. Just as Mogosh was about to pull the trigger, Brodie Spencer hooked the ball away, and he saved a goal there, and Northern Ireland are on the break. There's 40 seconds left of additional time. It's a first time ball towards Jimmy Reid. Reid might be able to keep it in on the right hand side. Paddy Lane and Isaac Price are waiting for the cross. It's back with Conor Bradley in the last 20 seconds of this half. Northern Ireland saved a goal at one end. Can they put one in at the other? The ball's not out of play on this near side. What a brilliant goal-saving challenge by Brodie Spencer.
Yeah, I mean, it was great defending, and we broke away, and unfortunately, again, the final ball, Michael, has cost us, you know.
Just seeing the replay. Well, we haven't seen the full replay. The director's having a bit of a nightmare. There's a high foot by Shea Charles.
We didn't see the breakaway there, Michael, but it would be interesting to see whether he was offside or not, because if Spencer hasn't played him offside there, he's gone to sleep, and we were lucky we got away with it.
There's a fair chance he might well have been offside, but we haven't seen the replay. The half-time whistle has been blown by the Swedish referee. There's a lot for Northern Ireland, their fans, both inside the arena in Bucharest and listening and watching around the world, to be excited about, not least the man on camera at the minute, Jamie Reid scoring.
Yeah, great goal.
The 7th minute of his international debut.
What a start for him, you know. And we as a team, we've defended well. We got lucky a couple of times, but it's going to happen against a team with that amount of experience, and you know, a team that's, you know, destined for the Euros. Overall, they've got to be absolutely delighted with their performance, Michael. And maybe if the final ball on a few occasions had been better, there might have been more goals for us. I have to say I'm delighted with that. You know, that performance against Denmark and this first against us, you know, gives you that little bit of a lift to think, well, maybe the good times are slowly coming back. And when you take into consideration the players that aren't there, you know, Michael O'Neill must be very, very happy.
And the fact that the goal came from terrific work down the right hand side with Bradley, with Shea Charles, and brilliantly finished by a guy making his debut on the books of Stevenage.
I know, in League One, isn't it? But, you know, we said against Denmark, we thought playing more direct suited us better. And everybody says, well, it's only a long ball. It might only be a long ball to get us into their half. But once we got into their half, the passing was excellent, absolutely excellent. And as I say, particularly Price a couple of times needed a better finish, you know.
And the disappointing side, the equaliser, Romania scoring with their first real shot on goal through Dennis Mann.
Yeah. The goalkeeper,
a more experienced defence might have snuffed that.
Yeah, I think the defence had a part of the problem was they didn't close him down quickly enough. But again, I think Conor Hazard will be very disappointed that he didn't get enough to get that either over the bar or to get it pushed out wide.
But when Northern Ireland break, they look a threat, John.
They look a threat, and if you looked at the game and didn't know which team was going to the Euros, you wouldn't be at all surprised if it was the team in green.
Now, the possibility is, you know, Romania could end up, they've got about 13 substitutes, 14 substitutes listed. We could end up with a very disjointed second half.
Exactly, you know, and that will affect us as well. But at the end of the day, Michael, this is a team that's very young, that need the experience, and this is a place that they're going to get it. And on that performance, they must, you know, give them great confidence. And a lot of the lads thinking coming here, you know, this is going to be hard, this is going to be tough, and they've held their own, and that's only good for going forward.
In the second half, is it more important, you know, to look for a result or to maybe look at other combinations and other players for Michael O'Neill?
You know, we say it's only a friendly and the result doesn't matter, but it does, you know, it really does matter. We don't want to go out and give away everything that we've done in the first half and all the good points, and maybe through lack of concentration or lack of tiredness, we could give 2 or 3 goals away. You have to stay in it. Even though you're young, you have to find a way, and experience, you have to find a way to see through these games. But you're right, if they start making changes left, right and centre, the game develops and there's no pattern, and it's hard to judge anything on that type of performance.
Let's not forget Northern Ireland have lost their last 4 away games, but at half-time in Bucharest in the international friendly, it's Romania 1, Northern Ireland 1.
So there we go. 1-1 at half-time. Thanks to John, thanks to Michael, Jim Magilton and Keith Gillespie both keeping me company. We'll get their views in a moment or two, but let's get you the very latest BBC News.
BBC News NI on Radio Ulster and on BBC Sounds.
Good evening, I'm Eve Coleman. The Princess of Wales has revealed that she is being treated for cancer. Catherine stepped back from royal duties when she had abdominal surgery in January. Speaking in a video message recorded at Windsor, she explained how the cancer was spotted.
In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment.
A pay offer to health and social care workers will be implemented by the Department of Health after it was accepted by the majority of unions. The Health Minister welcomed the outcome, which will restore pay parity with England. Here's our health reporter, Aileen Moyna.
The public sector strike on the 18th of January is being hailed by many health union members as the day which won this pay deal. A 5% rise and a one-off payment of £1,505 is the settlement agreed by many to end industrial action. Unite and Unison members voted overwhelmingly to accept the offer, along with midwives, radiographers and physiotherapists. However, the Royal College of Nurses voted by just over 55% to reject the pay award, saying it had been disappointing and fell short of parity with nurses in England. The RCN says it remains in dispute and will be meeting to determine the next steps.
A 25-year-old man remains in police custody on suspicion of murder and attempted murder. 69-year-old Bobby McKee was found dead in a house in Kilkeel yesterday afternoon. His wife, also in her 60s, suffered serious head injuries and is believed to be in a stable condition in hospital. Anne Coffey works at a local charity shop. She knew Mr McKee through church.
Everybody was devastated. We were at the prayer meeting last night and you'd hear a pin drop. But it was just mainly for prayer, for the family and for peace and be left alone in their grief, you know. His sister's in the choir with me too. And just know the whole family, it's devastating just.
Now with the weather, here's Angie Phillips.
Staying very blustery through this evening and tonight with frequent showers, some heavy with hail and increasingly wintry on some hills as temperatures drop to between 1 and 3 Celsius. Some ice is also likely, especially on higher routes. Tomorrow will stay chilly with the blustery northwesterly wind and showers, some mixed with hail or maybe thunder, and still some wintriness on hills early in the day. Sunny spells between but feeling cold with the wind, highs of 8 to 10 degrees.
BBC News.
This is Sportsound International Football. Listen live on digital, online or on BBC Sounds.
Hello, welcome back. It is 1-1 in Bucharest at half-time between Romania and Northern Ireland. The last three meetings, as Michael told us before the game kicked off, have finished all square. They're level again after 45 minutes tonight. Two former legends of Northern Ireland's international history are with me, Jim Magilton and Keith Gillespie. They've been watching the first half on the screens here beside me. Jim, what have you made of that?
Very good. Do you know, because it's an untried 11 and he set up 5-4-1. Brodie Spencer's playing as a left wing back and Paddy Lane's played inside one. And listen, they've set up beautifully in terms of playing on the counter attack. It's an absolutely fantastic goal. It's something that they've obviously worked on, and again, Conor Bradley is so important in that because he gives you that unbelievable energy and pace down that side, and the timing of his pass, and Shea Charles bursting from midfield, his timing of his run, and then the quality of his pass. And then Mr. Reid, he's only waited 10 years for that, so it was well worth the wait. It's a fantastic goal, really great goal.
Keith, we wondered where perhaps Conor Bradley would play. He is playing wide on that right hand side. He goes rampaging down that right hand side, but in other times in the game, it's his work rate on that right hand side when he loses it. He's the focal point of everything that's kind of positive about Northern Ireland in that first half, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been the standout player, no doubt. But even, as you say, even when he actually loses the ball, his recovery runs are fantastic, and just that burst of pace for the actual goal. But as Tim said, it was a brilliant goal. But I think just the ball that he actually played at told Shea Charles hit that first time, and then the weight of his ball into Reid was fantastic. But Conor, we know what he is. He's a brilliant athlete, but he's improving every single game. And as I say, I think he's been the focal point for us tonight with those marauding runs, because I think that's where we are getting a lot of joy. And I think the frustrating thing for Jim and I at times was just we've been in good positions, and Isaac Price has give the ball away a little bit too cheaply when it hasn't been a difficult ball. So
better pass and could have been.
I mean, that's the only criticism. So it's been a really good performance so far. I suppose we could criticise the goalkeeper for the goal as well.
I mean, it kind of goes through his hands, Jim. And before we get to the goalkeeper, you made the point in the build-up where the lads were talking about that diagonal ball that's been a feature of the Romanian play from their left to our left-back position. John was mentioning that. And you were saying, to be fair to Brodie Spencer, the angles for someone who's so used to playing as a right-back to be found on that opposite side are so different.
Yes.
You can understand why he maybe just couldn't find his bearings at the start of that move.
Yeah, because his picture changes. Like if you've played on one side of the pitch for so long and you're so used to it, to be shifted over to the other side. The other thing is, and Keith, will have done this at club level and international level, that run from a wide player from out to in and dissecting between a full-back and a centre-half, it's so hard to pick up. And to be fair to him, he's responded and got a touch on it. But once he's come inside on his left foot, man, you got to get the ball quicker. Totally will be disappointed he hasn't got the ball quicker. But then Connor's going to be so disappointed because it's one of them where, he's just got to make the save. And I would say 9 times out of 10, even in training, he's going to make that save. Yeah. So it's a really disappointing goal.
It's almost through his hands, Keith.
Yeah, I mean, it's really close to him. You just expect him to parry that out. So, it's the first shot that they had on target. So, I mean, that was the sort of pleasing thing that we've sort of restricted them. But, you always look when you can see goals, could we have prevented it? Well, of course we could, because the goalkeeper's got to save that, every time.
The Jimmy Reid goal's it's a great goal, but I think what's almost better is there's a great slow-mo from behind the goal, and he picks himself up and he runs away towards the camera, and because it's slow-mo it's maybe exaggerated a bit, but you can see there's that moment where he's running away and his expression hasn't changed, and then it's like, I've just scored, and this smile all of a sudden appears. So it's the moment. There's a great slow-mo, the moment of realisation. I've just scored in my international debut, and we've only played 7 minutes.
And that's football brings up stories like I said. It's it's
well done his grandmother.
Yeah, and well done Megal for picking him.
Qualifies for us.
And justification for selecting him is obviously his club form, and he's been really prolific. And
21 goals and 44 for Stevenage this year.
Yeah, so
goal every other game roughly.
Yeah, and all week you'll have set up the team for that very moment, for the moment when you're breaking. And obviously Connor plays a huge role in that, but you're setting up your team going to Romania away, and it's that burst of pace, it's the quality of your pass, quality of your run, but then Jamie's eyes must light up, and you think, like, the goalkeeper, big boy, coming out, running at you at full pelt, he's running at full pelt, to have that composure, to skip it over him, to flip it over him and hit the underside, the underside of the bar, and you're right, he's tumbled, he's had a look and he went, oh my goodness,
it's just gone in.
So well done to him. It was a great goal.
The fan
always looks better as well when it goes in off the crossbar, doesn't it?
I wouldn't know, but you're right.
Fans are down that end as well, so he's able to run to them in the corner, and it's a great moment for him. And it would have been easy for him, maybe to go off in the huff whenever you don't get a phone call for so long. You look back, those under 21 caps were over 10 years ago. It's easy to kind of think, they haven't really been in the frame at all here, but he hasn't. His attitude looks really good, and he looks as if he's well. Why wouldn't you be? But he's enjoying his night so far.
Well, I mean, he's obviously enjoying his football this season, and his stats show that. And he's at a Stevenage side which are pushing for playoffs. So as you say, probably was disappointed over the years, but. He probably wasn't performing to what he is now, so he probably didn't merit a call up. So, fair play to him for continuing and sticking at it, and obviously he's getting his rewards now.
You feel Romania must have something else about them, Jim, to go through that qualifying group that included Switzerland without losing a game, 6 wins, 4 draws, and to top that group. I mean, if I've watched that 45 minutes of football and I'm sitting on a Friday night at home in Wales, and I'm thinking, if we win this playoff final, we could be in their group. You're not sitting worried about a game against Romania, are you?
No, you're not. But
they must have more.
Yeah, they have. They've a few more gears. The group and the results have certainly justified that. But it's difficult for them because they've qualified. It's a friendly. Yeah. With all due respect, Northern Ireland isn't going to inspire them. The inspiration for Northern Ireland is to go up against Romania. Mm-hmm. And the reverse psychology of that is that when they go into games like this, they probably underestimate the opposition and take it for granted that they're just going to tip up and win. Northern Ireland have shown real quality in their play, and they've got Northern Ireland more gears. If they take better care of the ball, better care of the situations that arise, their final pass can be better and they can be more clinical. There's still more joy to be had, but certainly I expect a better performance from Romania second half.
Yeah, first of 2 games for everybody. You have to play 2 games in this window, and Romania off to Madrid next week to play Colombia in the Metropolitana, home of Atletico Madrid. So that's their second game of this double header. The referee, I can see on my screen, is walking out and he's putting his earpiece back in. Or maybe those were earplugs in case Michael O'Neill corners him again. Michael O'Neill had a lengthy chat on the touchline with the Swedish match official, who bizarrely has booked Conor Hazard for time wasting in a friendly in the first half. So there we go. He's certainly taking the match very seriously. And a change of goalkeeper I see as well. Are there any other changes? We'll find out from our commentary team, John O'Neill and Michael McNamee.
Well, it's certainly the man in the mask, Bailey Peacock Farrell, who got badly injured playing for his lone side Aarhus on the 3rd of March. He's replacing Conor Hazard for the second half. So Peacock Farrell on for his 42nd cap. He's got a very dramatic, he looks like a baddie in a Marvel movie with that full mask
on him.
Which is attached but straps around his ear. So he is certainly on for the second half. Reminder, we're sitting here in a comedy booth here in Blackstaff House in Belfast. It's either Ukraine or Iceland who'll be that playoff winner for Group E alongside Romania in Germany. Group E alongside Romania, Belgium and Slovakia as Northern Ireland kick off with Peacock Farrell in goal. And then they've got Bradley on the right, Spencer on the left, and a sort of back three of Toll, McNair and Hume. And it's Paddy Lane, Jordan Thompson and Shay Charles, with Isaac Price helping goal scorer Jamie Reid up front. And it's Nita in goal for Romania, Mogosh, Dragusin, Burka and Mania, the back four. And in front of them, Chikal Dao and Razvan Marin. And then the goal scorer, Dennis Mann, captain Stanshu Koman helping George Puskas up front. So I think just the one change, John O'Neill. And what would Michael O'Neill have been saying at half time? More of the same?
I would say he's saying more of the same. I think in terms of the goalkeeper, I would say there's probably planned change, Michael. I don't think it had anything to do with the mistake.
Northern Ireland on the attack on their left hand side. As we look at the big screen here, they're playing from left to right in their new kit with those vertically striped lighter green shirts, dark green shorts and white socks. Brodie Spencer on the left hand side. He's got a bump on his head, I think, from that collision
looks like
late in the first half. It's thrown to the feet of Jordan Thompson. Thompson on the left hand side for Northern Ireland. Ball back to Toll. And Northern Ireland inside their own half. A reminder that the National Arena in Bucharest is the rebuilt one that back in '85. That wonderful goal for Jimmy Quinn. A terrific win for Northern Ireland. Helped John and his teammates to Mexico as Northern Ireland put the ball out of play on that far side. Rebuilt ground, 55,000 capacity. Is certainly not full, but it's a dry, cold evening in Bucharest, I'm told.
Yeah, I think their supporters will be expecting them to up the tempo a little bit and give them something to cheer about.
And Romania, no surprise that they are all in yellow and playing from right to left. Little slip there as the ball is played forward by Marin. They're out on the right hand side. The 3rd minute of the second half. Northern Ireland doing defensive duties. Brodie Spencer trying to cut the avenue off there. The ball is played in field by Romania. Long range shot, left footed, and Peacock Farrell, first touch of the ball.
Yeah, I watched the highlights of the last time they played here, Michael, and Peacock Farrell had an unbelievable game. I think he pulled off about 6 brilliant saves, so hopefully he's in that form tonight.
He took a fair battering, didn't he?
He did, yeah, that night. Yeah, it was incredible. He was getting them onto the post, getting them off the bar and stuff. But
no, his face took
you're
off
talking
a
about?
battering.
I thought you meant the last game. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was out for quite a while. I don't think he's played for 3 or 4 weeks. But even just at the start of the second half, Michael, I still think Brodie Spencer for me has got to get a hold of Paddy Lane and get him closer when they're on the ball. I think Spencer's getting exposed a little bit out there because Lane's not getting close enough to him to give him enough protection.
Well, they have made at least one change, Romania, because Sorescu is on. We'll check.
I didn't see that, Michael, at all.
Yeah, the number 23, he's on. We'll keep an eye on who has gone off, but certainly he has come on, and Peacock Farrell has come on at half time, and Mogosh has gone off for Romania. So we've got a new man on the right hand side for Romania, and that's number 23, Dejan Sorescu, winning his 15th cap. Sneaked on at half time. So a change apiece, and there's one man each in the Swedish referee's notebook. Burka for Romania, and Hazard, of course, has gone off, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Romania with possession, the captain Stanciu on the halfway line, just inside the Northern Irish half. Slow start to this second period, and a reminder that the Netherlands at half-time were leading Scotland in Amsterdam by 1-0. Scotland, Northern Ireland, Tuesday evening. Live coverage, BBC Sounds, BBC Radio Ulster from 7:30. Another reminder, TV highlights of this game. BBC One tonight, BBC One Northern Ireland, 10:40. Ball's out of play, Romanian throw in. We're seeing a shot of the black-suited Edward Iordanescu, a man, say, with a modest playing career and a much-travelled manager. I think he's had a couple of spells at Cluj, but made a successful sort of slippery surface here. A couple of Romanians have slipped as the ball is stabbed forward towards Peacock Farrell, who's in the same sort of black kit with the red flashes and yellow piping that Hazard was wearing. Bradley on this right-hand side. Hume gets it to his captain, Paddy McNair, rolls the ball back to Peacock Farrell, who kicks left-footed.
That's a foul.
Nearly up to the halfway line. The second half really hasn't come to life yet. It was 65% possession for Romania to 35% for Northern Ireland in the first half, as Isaac Price trying to put the defender under pressure. It's all the way back to Nita, the goalkeeper.
Oh, great turn.
Nice turn by Romania inside their own half, beating Shea Charles out to this left-hand side, where it's number 25, Coman.
There's that ball
out
again.
to the right-hand side now. Threat now. They've getting behind Brodie Spencer inside the penalty area. Spencer does well to get his foot to the ball and put it out of play for a corner kick.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for that ball over the top of Spencer, and to be fair to him, he stuck to his guns there. He initially got himself underneath the ball, but eventually got back to get it out for a corner kick.
Corner kick, Romanian right. We're seeing a close-up of that mask that's worn by Brodie Spencer. It's almost like a tribal markings on his face. It's in sort of two different stripes across his head as the ball's going to come in from this right-hand side. Peacock Farrell issuing instructions. His movement inside the penalty area. They played it to Stanciu on the volley, and that's well over the top.
It was a great volley, but it was far too high. Again, it's one of those ones they've worked on. He's come late to the edge of the 18-yard box, gets his kick away. Fortunately for us, it was over the bar, but much too slow in getting out to him. We don't get within him. Yeah, we don't get within 10 yards of him.
He was inside the D.
You've got to be more aware of that.
Stanciu, 14 international goals and his 66 caps up to tonight. And the ball is on the halfway line, the Northern Irish right-hand side, and poked forward by Price. That's a good play by Charles. I think he nutmegged his opponent. Long ball played forward and chested down by Brodie Spencer. Northern Ireland still inside their own half with Jordan Thompson. Back to Trey Hume wearing number 3.
No, go forward. I mean, in the first half we were going forward. Now we're going back, Michael. We're back on the edge of your own 18-yard box now. This is where we get ourselves in trouble.
Forward by Toll. Looking for goal scorer Jamie Reid on the left-hand side. Another Romanian slipped over. Reid dashing down that left-hand side. Two green shirts inside the penalty area.
Yeah, you've got to get up to him quicker, yeah. Here's
Brodie Spencer on the Northern Irish left. Jordan Thompson made a run through. Spencer didn't see him. The ball's been played back. Forward once more to Thompson. Bradley in a central position. And he plays the ball across the park to Trey Hume. On the right-hand side, it's Isaac Price. Price tries to chip it through after Bradley had made a run forward. And it's off the Romania for a throw-in, halfway inside the Romanian half. We've played 7.5 minutes as Northern Ireland cough up possession. Romania have it.
Yeah, both sides have been guilty of it, Michael, giving away possession cheaply.
Reminder of those left on the bench for Northern Ireland. Wary of looking down too much because Romania have the ball inside the Northern Ireland half. Coming in field.
It's just come off Paddy Lane far too easily.
Good interception there by Owen Toll, the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah,
Paddy
he needed
Lane
to make
available.
that. Yeah.
On the left-hand side for Northern Ireland, he's up against the substitute Sorescu. Ball's out of play. The other options: Southwood's the third and final goalkeeper. Aaron Donnelly called into the squad. Conor McMenamin, Callum Marshall, Shane Lavery back in the Northern Ireland squad as well. Paul Smith, Ali McCann.
Yeah, there's people on the bench with a bit of pace.
Josh McGuinness, the old warrior himself. Yeah. And Kieran Brown.
That's a great ball.
Northern Ireland have the ball on the halfway line, inside the centre circle with... It was Jordan Thompson. The ball played down the right-hand side, looking for that channel run forward by Isaac Price. And ball has been well marshalled out of play by the Romanian defender.
Yeah, Price got to be stronger there. Put him under, a little bit of pressure. But the defender there, he's been very good. Burke has got the experience there just to shepherd it out.
Price, tall figure, blonde hair. Quite a few of these new boys are blonde haired. Paddy Lane's one of them, and he's racing back because Romania are making a run inside the Northern Irish half. Down the right hand side, nobody's challenging. Ball's onto the left foot. It's going to break, and the shot's going to come in, and it's just over the top from Chickledow.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who
might have taken a deflection.
Yeah, I think it might have been Price, Michael, in there, or is it Thompson? But it was an important challenge because it just done enough to take us over the top. It's actually Conor Bradley. It was a great touch.
It's twice in the opening.
I've always thought, Michael, that in the past
have run straight through the middle.
Yeah, but not only in this game, but in previous games, the 5 or 10 minutes just after the second half, we've gone to sleep.
Romanian corner on the right hand side, 2 men standing over it. It's an outswinger onto the penalty spot, well headed by the Northern Irish defence.
Yeah, I think that was Price got that one out.
And the yellow shirts have it inside the Northern Ireland half to play it all the way back to goalkeeper Floranita, 36 years old. And he's got the ball. He's all in grey, kicking it forward out to that right hand side. Good header won by Brodie Spencer.
Yeah, he's done well, Michael, because he knows he's going to get hammered there as the wingers coming in off the line for him. But he stuck to his guns and got the header away.
Romania looked more threatening in the opening 10 minutes of this second half. They're seeing a lot more of the ball. As the substitute has the ball taken off his toe by Owen Toll, out of play for a Romanian throw-in on the far right-hand side. And at one stage, just Michael O'Neill looked like a foul throw. Think about making changes, does he?
I think he's got to sort the problem out on our left-hand side. I think everything's coming down the left-hand side, Michael, And whether he brings a defensive player on, whether he brings Savills on and maybe pushes Thompson further out on the left-hand side, I think Paddy Lane's getting lost here in the game.
Here come Romania on the right-hand side. They're having a chase. Toll's having a chase back and do defensive work. There's one body in the penalty area. Can the Romanians get a cross in from their right? Green shirts inside the penalty area. Real threat now from Chickledow. Squares the ball, but Jordan Thompson's there. He's getting a little bit tangled up. He's having to race towards his own corner flag and try and play the ball up down that left-hand side. Romania looking a little bit more threatening.
Yeah, he did very well there because he was inside his own 18-yard box with no out, and he managed to get himself out of trouble.
Romania seeing a lot of the ball. Here's the substitute onto his right foot, gets the shot in, but well wide in the end.
Yeah, all the warning signs are there now, Michael. They've come into the game more. They're starting to get round the back of us a lot more than they did in the first half. Now, whether that's due to tired legs or whatnot, Michael and the team on the bench there are going to have a little look at that.
12 minutes gone in the second half. Romania 1, Northern Ireland 1.
He's going to take the creek. Don't wait until to me that's wrong. He's taking the goal kick, and we're still only in the 6-yard box. He should wait until we get up almost to the circle, centre circle, and then play up there because the game's too wide, Michael. There's too much space from. We weren't doing that in the first half. The goalkeeper was kicking the ball, but we were pushed right up on top of the Romanians.
Northern Ireland haven't started the second half as brightly and as lively as they started the first.
We stopped doing what we were getting success with in the first half.
Throw in by Romania is cut out by Northern Ireland, but Mania has the ball on this left-hand side.
Great tackling by
Charles
again. Yeah, no, it's Reid actually.
Yeah.
Great challenges, needed to make them.
The throw-in will be taken by Manning on this left-hand side for Romania, halfway inside the Northern Irish half. That looks like a foul throw.
Yeah, I don't think they know what a foul throw is anymore, the referees.
Swedish referee is watching now as Romania trying to play the ball down the middle. Another good strong challenge coming in from Captain McNair.
Now we've got to get a hold of the ball. We've been sloppy.
Win the ball back.
Good play, great play.
This is Conor Bradley crossing the halfway line now. Outside him is Shea Charles. 2 Northern Irish players streaming forward. Here's Charles on the right, gives it back to Bradley inside the penalty area. Bradley showed too much of that to the defender, and Romania have won the ball
back. It's the wrong
back.
ball, I mean, from Charles. He's got to get that into the 18-yard box with two players coming at the back
who
post.
Loses the ball immediately. Both teams guilty of coughing up possession cheaply.
Scrappy there in the last 5 minutes from both sides.
A reminder, it's a wonderful goal that was scored in the 7th minute by Jamie Reid. Equaliser in the 23rd by Dennis Mann. 1-1. We've played nearly an hour in Bucharest. Mania on this left-hand side for Romania. They're all in yellow. Ball played in field. Chikaldao. That deflected shot over the top a couple of minutes ago. Dragushan of Tottenham. Out to the right-hand side. Romania are seeing all of the ball in this second half. Ball played back. An opportunity now on the edge of the area. Challenge coming in well from Shea Charles to rob Razvan Maran. Charles breaks on the left-hand side. Paddy Lane hoofs the ball forward, looking for Isaac Price down the middle. Goalkeeper's having to bat pedal, but Price does well to keep this in on the right-hand side. Keeps the ball alive for Conor Bradley. Ball in field for Shea Charles. There's movement on the left-hand side from Northern Ireland. Long ball played forward. It might break on that far side as the shot maybe is going to come in from Brodie Spencer. It's blocked. Spencer was coming in from that left-hand side. The goalkeeper, Nita, is going to race out and eventually going to clear it or restart the attack by playing it short to his defence.
Yeah, it was good. They won the ball, just inside their own half, and Spencer does well to get up the park, to get on the edge of the 18-yard box. He was struggling, the ball was running away from him a little bit when he gets the shot in. May have been better off playing it out onto the right-hand side. I think it might have been Price that was out on here, and keep possession and the final third.
Only a couple of survivors from the Euro squad from 2016 left in this Northern Ireland panel. Helped forward by Romania on this left-hand side. Trey Hume shielding the ball, and as he put it out of play off the Romania, he puts it out of play at the cost of a corner. Trey Hume is not happy.
No, he
making his point. There's going to be a double change here for Romania. I think Olaru, a midfielder,
he's absolutely right as well, Michael. It was a goal kick.
Right, if Romania score from this, Michael O'Neill is not going to be happy. Half an hour left to play. You can hear Bailey Peacock Farrell roaring there on the sound effects microphone. Pushkas is on the edge of the 6-yard box. It played wide from the corner, back to the corner taker, and that's over elaborate. Conor Bradley's got his foot in, but Romania have won the ball back. Bradley's done well. That's a fair challenge, says the referee. Here comes Conor Bradley. He's trying to get that ball out to Paddy Lane on the right-hand side. It was blocked.
He only had one really option. We've got to get up to support him very quickly there, but good defending by Bradley.
Still 1-1.
He's still going, but I don't know how he manages to keep it going.
He's like the preferred. Was that a long-range shot for 50 yards?
I was expecting the left jersey coming in from the left-hand side.
20 yards wide. Ridiculous. So here's the double change. Olaru is on for our friend Chikaldao in the midfield. The other change, Dennis Olaru making his 16th senior international cap. We're very reliant on the director. Florinel Coman's making way, and it's the number 13 who got those 2 goals in Lucerne, Valentin Mihaila, 4 goals. Scored in the 89th minute, and there's a change with Paddy Lane. Has come off for Northern Ireland with McMenamin on for the last half an hour. McMenamin winning his 12th cap.
I think Lane was tiring a little bit. I feel he was a little bit. I don't know whether he just couldn't get to the pace of the game, or it's just a question of he needs to, get into the way they're playing and give Brodie Spencer a lot more support.
We have seen McMenamin as an impact sub, John.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, in the cross he put in for Dion Charles' goal, he put it on a plate for him, and we know he's got that pace to go past players. So hopefully that'll stem a lot of the the attacks that have been coming down that left-hand side.
Only came back for St Mirren at the start of this month. He'd sort of 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
It was an ankle injury.
See, I don't think we should be chasing the ball this high up the park. I think they're clever enough for us to play through. Is what we were doing in the first half. We were just dropping off and keeping them with that solid base and trying to say, well, if you're good enough, you can play through us. But if we wait, if we stretch the game, they have the players that can find the passes through us.
So McMenamin's on for Paddy Lane. Hume nods it back to goalkeeper Peacock Farrell, who came on at half time. We played 63 minutes. I've made no notes at all of goal scoring opportunities in the second half. It's slightly died in its backside this game, hasn't it?
And I think they had that little flourish for the first 10 minutes in the second half, and we sort of weathered the storm. And this is where you need the experience now to just try and see the game out.
It's back with one of those experienced men, Paddy McNair.
Make sure we keep it tight at the back, Michael, and if we get anything at the other end, we'll take it. But I mean, to come away from Romania, with a draw and with such an inexperienced side will have been a great result. But there's still a long way to go.
Well, the other man missing from the panel, George Saville's not on the bench either. He was the only other 30-something in the squad, so it's only Josh McGuinness who's a 30-something on the bench for Northern Ireland. So a very young
Saville's not on the bench.
Well. He's not on the bench, no.
He must have picked up an injury or something in training, Michael.
So Dion Charles and George Saville, two of the more experienced men.
Yeah.
Charles more experienced, but in this Northern Ireland squad he would be. Neither of them on the bench. Romania on the right hand side by the corner flag. Squared ball into the penalty area, cut out by Thompson. A touch for McMenamin on the left hand side, trying to sweep the ball past his defender. He's given it away, though. Here come Romania once more, ball in field. That's with the substitute Michaela, who's immediately given the ball away. Northern Ireland trying to play the way out of defence of Brody Spencer. He's given the ball away.
Yeah, he wasn't lucky there.
And here they come again, Romania. It's going to be third time lucky. They square the ball, real opportunity, and side-footed away on the penalty spot by who else but that man, Conor Bradley.
Yeah, that's, it's good reading of the game. You intercept the pass before sees the danger and cuts it out at source.
Romanians not quite encamped in the Northern Irish half, but an awful lot of the camera work is towards the left-hand goal. Still 1-0 to the Netherlands against Scotland. Sweeping ball to this left-hand side. Michaela, the substitute. Is that off Bradley for a corner? No, it's not.
That's where Bradley is so good, Michael.
He's won the goal kick.
Yeah, he's not on. Won the goal kick. He's got a little bit lucky there. But as the ball's come across, the player, is it Serescu, has his first touch, and before he can get established, Bradley's right in on top of him, and he was fortunate it came off him and went out for a goal kick.
Ross McCalla, he's the goal threat now. He's number 13. He's the guy who's been brought on to try and win this game, I think.
Yeah, but as I say, it just shows you how good a defender Bradley is as well. Closed them down really, really quickly.
Another shot of there, Stephen Davis on his walkie-talkie alongside Michael O'Neill. Surely a Northern Ireland manager in waiting, you would have thought.
Well,
should he want to go down that route?
We talked about Conor Bradley being a player when we first saw him, and Shea Charles, and he was another one. I mean, still remember the first game we ever saw him against Canada at home. It's one of the worst games I ever saw in my life. But this guy Steve Davis come on, and you think, man, this guy can play.
Northern Ireland playing the ball back to Peacock Farrell, who curls it out to this near side.
We get ourselves in problems here. Look,
trying to play out from the back, John.
It's waste of time, total waste of time. We just give it away,
and they've given away a throw in.
I don't understand it.
Romania, it's a scrappy game at the minute. Conor Bradley doing his best to tidy the ball up. He gets it back to Peacock Farrell. I think he might launch this one.
Just wait until we get up the park. Again, look how stretched it is, Michael. This is going to come straight. No, he's let it go.
He's let it go inside the play for a throw.
But get the ball at your feet. Give your back four, your back five time to push up the park, and then put it in there, and we'll play. The more this game gets stretched, the more it's going to suit Romania, because they have good players. Technically they're very good. They can pass the ball, and if you give them that space, they will find a way through you.
We're heading into the final quarter.
Yeah.
Neither goalkeeper's been troubled so far in the second half.
It's been a poor second half.
That's been a poor.
But it'll suit us, Michael. It can be as poor as it wants to be. We don't want to give anything silly away, but
Northern Ireland do well to win the ball back on the left-hand side. Jimmy Reid is able to set. I think it's that Brody Spencer charging forward. He's coming in off the, giving the ball alive to Shea Charles. Charles goes down on the challenge. Now this is an opportunity for Northern Ireland. That was good work from Brody Spencer on the left.
It was great. To be fair,
Shea Charles has won the free kick in a central position.
Yeah, Spencer's been under a lot of pressure defensively, and he's dealt with it. And now when he gets the chance, he's bringing the ball out of defence and setting us off under a little attack.
Clumsy challenge by Stanchu on Charles.
And take your time now. Just set yourselves, get a little bit of a breather. We've got a chance here now with a free kick, 10 or 15 yards outside the box. Make sure we pick the right delivery.
We were talking about that wonderful free kick that Wales scored their second goal last night.
That was simple. He just moves the ball a yard, which gives the striker a chance.
This free kick maybe
a little bit too further out. Yeah.
To the right of the goal as Northern Ireland look at it. Bradley standing over it. He's going to chip it to the back post. It doesn't beat the defender. It's going to fall to Jordan Thompson. Let's see if he can make amends. Paddy McNair's popping up on the left-hand side, and suddenly the hope and the momentum is gone as Northern Ireland play the ball back.
Michael, I've said this over and over again, and a free kick like that, if I'm a defender defending that and they play the ball first time, I'm happy. I always think
this is good passing, John. Shea Charles has just slipped, but there's a little bit of space has opened up for him. He's able to get the ball out to McMenamin on the right-hand side. McMenamin, 2 defenders in front of him, gives the ball back to Conor Bradley. Bradley gets the ball back, and suddenly Northern Ireland going backwards again. But Bradley's trying to twist and turn. He's run the ball out of play.
That was one of the worst passes Bradley has made. It just had no pace on the ball at all. But again, I don't understand. And you see it week in and week out, Michael. We're down in the corner here. We've got everybody up the field. Why doesn't Conor McMenamin cross the ball into the box? I don't see us getting in a better position. I'm not sure what players are looking for sometimes.
Still 1-1. Just over 20 minutes left to play in Bucharest. The second half has been a non-event so far. Nice little flex by Romanians now. They're pressing on the right-hand side. Spencer's in front of them. They're going to get this cross in. Stanchu's got the ball, looking at options. Flicks it to one of the substitutes, squares it, takes a touch off a Northern Ireland backside and hoofed out of play by, I think it was Isaac Price, or out to the far side. Quickly taken through in by the Romanians. They have the ball infield inside the centre circle. Northern Ireland took a lead in the 7th minute through Jamie Reid. Romanians equalised halfway through the first half. Now, here comes Charles once more. It's Reid breaking. And the ball is just forced off his toe. There are 3 yellow-shirted defenders around Jamie Reid. They clear the ball. Still inside the Romanian half. And that's good, tidy work from substitute Michaela. And he's able to get the ball out to this right-hand side. The substitute seemed to have made a bit of an impact for the Romanians. They look more of a threat. Bringing the ball in field, spread. Just I say that the attempted ball out to Mania on the left-hand side.
I don't know.
A dreadful ball it was by the goal scorer Dennis Mann.
I mean, it's a straightforward ball, 12-15 yards across the park, and he puts that in the touch.
The old Warriors coming on. Josh McGuinness for the last 20 minutes. Ali McCann.
I think we do need fresh legs in there.
McCann back in the squad after missing the last 4. He's winning his 21st cap.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Reid could be very pleased with the senior debut. Most of all, that brilliantly taken goal in the 7th minute.
Yeah, you would love to see him at Windsor Park on a good night. You think he'd certainly bring a lot to the game.
And Jordan Thompson, who's battled. And
he always does. He does a shift for you in there all the time. And a lot of the time, you don't see what he does, Michael, but he's always in there closing people down.
So it's another blonde-haired Northern Irish player, Ali McCann on. I've always liked the cut of McCann's jib. And the throw-in be taken by Conor Bradley. First touch for McCann. Just I say that. His first touch was a poor one.
It's too close. Play. I mean, they should just throw the ball up the touchline there. It's we're trying to be too clever in the wrong place again.
Romanian throw-in inside the Northern Irish half. Every time I try to look at the scores, my screen has gone to a security password. And I have to put my...
there's nothing happening here at the minute, Michael, so work away.
Still 1-0 Netherlands. Romania, the long raking ball, trying to get in behind Conor Bradley. It bounces once. It's going to be kept in down to the corner flag by Romania, but if they take a touch off Bradley's head, it must have, because Michaela left it. There's a little argy-bargy between Michaela and Conor Bradley.
I mean, Conor Bradley pushes him, when he's off the touchline, but it's nothing, Oh, dear
It's par for
me.
the course. And Ahi Aaron, I would have thought.
It's a pat in the back from Bradley, isn't it?
It's a brilliant story, whether you're a Liverpool fan or not. It's the last couple of months for Conor Bradley.
Oh, incredible. Absolutely incredible.
And that's off Paddy McNair for a corner. The throw-in came in. I don't think McNair was expecting to head it.
No,
the Romanian duck to come off McNair. There's going to be a triple change. Obviously, Conor Bradley's had difficult issues to deal with off the pitch, but on the pitch he's been absolutely brilliant.
It's too much.
So it's going to be all change for Romania as they have the ball inside the penalty area. Michaela's trying to work the shot. They try to get her to stand shoes. They're going to volley it back in, and it's nodded away. And Another good defensive header by Paddy McNair, but it's going to be another corner on the left-hand side. We're going to see all these
We've got a
lot of changes. We're going to see Yanis Hadji, who, well, he claims he has a future at Rangers. He's currently on loan at Alaves in Spain, not playing for them either. And there's concerns that Hadji might make the Euro squad. Northern Ireland get the ball away, and attempted ball played infield by Josh McGuinness.
He was unlucky. I thought it could pass the defender, and McCann, he was making a break down the middle. Yeah,
McCann would have had a sort of 35-yard dash towards the goalkeeper had that ball got through. So we're going to get this triple change, which I'm not sure is going to. Well, we have seen the subs. I think the subs have improved Romania in the second.
They
half.
have, yeah. It's
difficult when you get so many of them.
Yeah.
Another 3 about to come on for the last 16 minutes. Out to this near side, McCalla, the goal-scoring winger, and that's a foul by Conor Bradley. And here we're going to see Hadji as one of the subs, and also number 5 coming on for his debut, Adrian Soot in midfield, and Hadji and Rako Vitan. So 8 teams coming off. Marin.
Notes are in bits here, Michael.
I had to add additional bit of sticky with all the additional substitutes and so many of them. So Soot is on, big tall fella, number 5. And there's Yanis Hadji. Popular, big cheer for him. Dennis Mann, the goal scorer's off. And somebody else is off as well. It's always a bit of a lottery. But 3 changes. Yanis Hadji, the most famous, as Bailey Peacock Farrell comes to the edge of his area.
Oh, brilliant play.
Cut out the danger.
Won the ball, and now he's sent Price off down the right-hand side.
Lanky figure of Isaac Price trying to get the ball forward.
We've got to keep it down there. It's a glory pass to try and get that through.
Wijnaldum has added a second for the Dutch. They're 2-0 up, Netherlands against Scotland in Amsterdam.
The game's got really scrappy with the last 3-4 subs that come on. There's no pattern to it, but again, important for particularly the back 5 in Northern Ireland to slow the game down when they can, maintain their concentration, and don't give anything silly away. Like that,
Burka's the other man off, guy on the yellow card. Northern Irish player down. Yellow card has been shown. Was that Puskás?
Puskás, yeah. He was a bit late on
Trey Hume. Puskás, this man bun's a very popular thing.
Are you saying he's related to the great Puskás?
No, I'm saying he's got Hungarian background.
Oh, is it? Right, okay.
Could have played for Hungary.
Yeah.
Well, the match day announcer's getting very excited. Yeah. All these changes. Northern Ireland free kick played in by Hume to the edge of the D, hoping it breaks for a green shirt. Swedish referee seen some sort of barging, and illegally so, by a green shirt, and that'll be a Romanian free kick.
Again, Michael, why don't we get 2 men on the ball, just play it short and move the defenders? It's too easy for them. They're sitting waiting for a cross to come in. Delete that up all day.
This second half, John, is the sort of second half that the Nations League was meant to wipe out.
Exactly.
And nothing 45 minutes of a friendly.
It's a practice game now, It's a practice game.
And the Romanian coach is giving out a few easy caps.
Yeah.
In the last 15 minutes.
But you got to hand it to Northern Ireland. They're sticking to the task, Michael. It's still difficult. They still have to close players down.
But the sickener would be if they concede, in the 88th minute or something.
Silly goal,
And in Mania now, there's a little bit of room on the left-hand side, sweeping ball. He plays the ball into the penalty area. There, yellow shirts there. Michaela is going for the dramatic shot and twist and turn, and he's gone down under the challenge, and the free kick's been awarded to Northern Ireland.
I don't know.
He's clutching his face.
Did he kick himself
in the
nose? Because his feet were certainly high.
Very high. First touch, off the knee. He was trying the old Dennis Stewart 1976.
I think
the feet were very high on Che Charles, and then he.
I think he's hit Che Charles as he's gone down. Look,
Charles has caught him with a boot on the way down.
Yeah, I don't think he's got much to do there.
But it is a Northern Irish free kick. And we've got 12 minutes of normal time left to play in Bucharest. It's 1-1. Neither goalkeeper in the second half, Peacock Farrell or our friend Nita, has been troubled.
No. It's going to take, just that little bit of quality from either side, to get the pass or to get somebody away to score the winning goal. or stupid mistake.
This near side. Northern Ireland throw level the 18-yard box. Is this the one they give to Josh McGuinness for the long wind up, or Conor Bradley going to take it? As we see Hadji with a little hairband, and it will indeed be the big man, the last 30-something in this squad, Josh McGuinness.
How many caps does he know, Michael? Is it 77 or something? Is it?
This is his 77th. Long throw into the penalty area, looking for the back flick header. Shea Charles wins it. Northern Ireland fans just hoping it might break to somebody in a green jersey. Back forward towards McGuinness. Header won by Ali McCann. A little bit of heading tennis here. It's chested by McGuinness, offloaded nicely. Paddy McNair gets the shot, and it's a weak one and easily saved.
Yeah, it's maybe the first shot on target we've had this half, but it was an easy one for the goalkeeper.
And Romania trying to build from their own half. Does that count as a shot on target in the second half? Possibly does.
Yeah, if the goalkeeper makes a save, surely it's on target, isn't it?
Just over 10 minutes left to play. The substitutions have, as predicted, have come thick and fast in the second half for both teams.
I was at a dinner not long ago with Pat Jennings, and we was getting interviewed, and they were talking about the 119 caps. And he says, and he says, now 118 of them, he says, I played the 90 minutes. Right. And the other one, he says, I had to come off at half time or something.
Should point out that Paddy McNair, 68th cap tonight, takes him past Wee D in terms of the all-time listings. Wee D McCreary, great servant, 2 World Cups, 2 Home International Championship wins.
And a great player to have playing in front of you as a back four.
What a worker.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Lovely fella as well.
He was, very nervous he was, Michael. He really was, a nervous
Before a
guy.
game?
Before a game, Didn't show it on the pitch, but he was a great character. And he'd run all day for you. We used to get him, just direct him, right David, left, and he'd just run all day for you. And it made our job a whole lot easier.
Don't tell Jurgen Klopp, but Conor Bradley's just feeling a little bit of a knock, I think.
Well, I'll tell you, he's put in a shift. You got to think maybe with the game coming up on Tuesday, the guys might need a little bit of a rest.
He's back and fit. As Northern Ireland press on the edge of the area again, waiting for hoping the ball might break in from Hume. Little flick by Isaac Price. Is it going to fall into the path of Brodie Spencer? No, it's not. It's volleyed away by the Romanian defence.
That's good.
Put forward by Paddy McNair. It's schoolboy stuff at the minute. The ball pinging around. Paddy, you're challenged by Paddy McNair that receives a yellow card.
He's not going to get away with that. That's a silly one.
So
he's just barged straight into the back of him.
In through Puskás. So a yellow card for McNair. One of the last of the 2016 Euro squad left. Very popular figure with the Northern Ireland fans.
I just seen it again. Shoulder
it's as
right
easy a yellow card as it is to give. 8 minutes plus stoppage time left in Bucharest. Is there a winning goal in this match?
Well, this is when defenders have to enjoy defending, Michael. Keep your concentration, enjoy defending. You've done well up to now. Don't panic. Just keep your head and see the game out.
Free kick for Romania on the halfway line. Dragushin gets it forward. The Tottenham man attempted a clever flick, which didn't come off at all for Sorescu. And a foul on Shea Charles on the far side.
Yeah, this suits us now. There's fouls, happening all over the park. So every time it goes down, take your time, get yourself set, make sure your setup's right, and play from there.
If you're Belgium or Slovakia or Ukraine or Iceland, you're not quivering at this.
You're not.
The thought of Romania.
But as you pointed out, just in the build-up, Michael, this is different from playing in the Euros.
This game is meaningless come Germany.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally meaningless. As long as no Romanian breaks his leg or something in the last 5 minutes.
It's more.
Flicked header on by McGuinness. Opportunity now for McMenamin. It's going to break for Price. Deflected. Goodness me. That could have gone anywhere from Isaac Price. Romania were very lucky that deflection went wide of the goal. That was an opportunity.
As the ball's come over the head of the defender, I thought McMenamin was going to hit it first time, but he's brought it down trying to get a second shot on it, and he just got the foot in to block it.
In the second half, bereft of big opportunities. That was 3/4 of a chance for Northern Ireland.
Well, when you look back at the last game, Michael, I was saying, Peacock Farrell was brilliant, making save after save, and we nicked an equaliser in the 85th minute or something.
Here we go. Isaac Price corner, right hand side. 7 minutes left to play. Arms go up as a signal. Everybody's up. It goes to the back post here. Whistle's been blown as Conor Bradley was charging into the back post.
He's always going to give a free kick to the defenders for that.
It was up near the back post. Either way, the free kick's been given. The whistle was blown strongly and early by the Swedish referee.
Now, when you look at the two times, them going to the Euros and us sort of, starting over again and building a new team, the result will mean more to us than it will to them, if we can come away with a one each, or if, God forbid, we could nick it in the final minutes.
Josh McGuinness is putting pressure on the defender, gives the ball back to goalkeeper Neitha. And remember, Tuesday evening, Scotland, Northern Ireland. It's live on BBC Two, live on BBC Radio Ulster, BBC Sounds. Coverage starts on radio from 7:30.
Well, that'll be interesting, Michael. Was there talk that there's a sellout there, isn't
Sellout
it?
there.
Yeah.
It's like 1978 all over again, John.
Yeah.
Here come the Romanians looking for a winning goal. Onto the left foot, long range shot straight at Billy Peacock Farrell from
Good
outside
hands,
the area.
Easy take from him. He struck it well, but
from Hadji,
but he's hit it straight at Peacock Farrell and straight into his midriff, and he's took it comfortably.
A certain number of the Romanians been slipping in the second half.
Yeah, it looks
maybe a bit of dew on the surface.
It looks a little bit dark in there as well, as if it's it's a bit wet.
But absolutely down Peacock Farrell's throat. Didn't have to move, clutched to his chest. Yanis Hadji, one of the forgotten men of Ibrox.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how good a player he is. I haven't seen enough of him, but I think he would be a long way short from his dad. We're just seeing him in the stand now.
That fella sitting in the stands. Once famously sent off against Northern Ireland. 5 minutes left. Dutch have scored a third goal. Former Manchester United striker Weghorst has got the third. So sobering night for the Scots in Amsterdam.
Yeah, back down to earth a little bit, but again,
big night for Wales on Tuesday as well.
Yeah,
their playoff final against Poland.
I think they'll have a tougher game against Poland than they would have had against
Finland.
Iceland.
Were a bit feeble last night, weren't they?
Finland, yeah.
Finland dismissed Northern Ireland to Helsinki and were very poor last night in Cardiff. Romania have the ball on their right hand side. Are they going to conjure up something? I'm not sure if Professor Taggart's theory that you always get a chance late in the game really applies to friendlies like this.
You will, Michael. You'll get a chance.
Here is Hadji on the ball, halfway inside the northern half. Josh McGuinness getting back now. They've got the ball out to the right. 3 in the area, Romania, but they play the ball infield. Here comes the cross eventually. Hadji, nice skill by Hadji on the edge of the penalty area, but he can't get past 3 Northern Ireland defenders. Toe poked away, I think it was Brodie Spencer. Bounces though to Romania. 4 minutes of normal time left to play in Bucharest. It's 1-1. Romania look the more likely team to get a winning goal at the minute. They have the ball still inside their own half, crossed over the halfway line on the sliding challenge by Conor Bradley.
Yeah, again, he sees the danger. It reminds me a lot of Johnny Evans in that, Johnny Evans makes it look so easy because he anticipates the danger and he's there. There's no last that challenges for him. He reads the game so well, and Bradley has that, that part of his game as well. Yeah.
Isn't it funny? I mean, Northern Ireland fans knew about him. Bolton fans obviously knew about him. But
the Bolton fans were
amazing
gutted.
Seeing Liverpool and Premier League fans get to know Conor Bradley.
Yeah, apparently the Bolton fans were gutted when his loan period was
he
up.
He won all the Player of the Year awards last year. Young player, full player, everything. Here come Romania once more. All the outfield players inside the Northern Ireland half. It's another ridiculous long-range effort. I don't know
what is that? Is that a shot or a cross or what?
The coach looks mystified.
The reaction of the coach
is
what is that?
He's looking to the heavens. Yeah. Dragushin needed divine intervention for that ball to go into the net. And it wasn't happening.
No.
So 2.5 minutes of normal time. It feels as if there's going to be a fourth draw in a row between these two senior men's sides. There's another accidental clash of heads on this near side. It's Josh McGuinness who's gone down.
I think he's given a free kick against Josh.
Mania.
Yeah, I think he's. I'm not sure. I think they all missed the ball.
That was accidental, but if Big Josh is down, it's sore.
Yeah, he doesn't stay down too long, does he?
We're seeing another little replay of Conor Bradley and being applauded. A little montage of Bradley skills. Just as we're waiting for Josh McGuinness to get back to his feet. Who do you think stood out for Northern Ireland this evening, John? That awful attempt to pick a player of the match, assuming that nobody scores a winning goal in the 94th minute.
The thing with Northern Ireland, Michael, is that I think they've all played well. You know, they've all done.
There's a yellow card shown to somebody.
Yeah. Is that a sub? Oh no, that's McGuinness.
Somebody was shown a yellow card there. I've no idea who it was.
Might have been somebody on the bench, maybe.
Might have been
complaining, you know. But we're saying there, Michael, it's difficult because they've all played very, very well. You know, and you could say, you know, Conor Bradley, you know, set up for the goal, but his pass was just as important as Shea Charles' pass. So as a team, they've played really well. At the back,
the Romantics would pick the 29-year-old debutant who scored the goal.
Will you let me get there?
No, Romania. I'm gonna interrupt you because Giannis Hadji is on the ball. He's got it out to Mane on the left-hand side. There's 1.5. There's 1 normal minute left, and this would be a sting in the tail were Romania to somehow find a winning goal in the dying seconds. I hate to say it, but Northern Ireland have been involved in a lot of late goals, both scoring and conceding. It feels like it over the last 3 or 4 years. I don't think they would deserve to go down to a 90th or a stoppage time.
No, and if they can hold out, Michael, for whatever's left, a minute plus stoppage time, you know, that again gives them that experience of how you achieved that, because you were going to be in this situation again in the future, and that's where you learn your experience.
Dutch have scored a 4th against Scotland.
Oh my God.
It's 3 goals in the last 20 minutes of the game. 4-0. Cross in from the right-hand side footed away by Owen Toll. We're surely going to see a board. I can't imagine. Well, if you include all the substitutions, it's going to be
that's the thing. You never
heck
know
of a long period. Here come the Romanians, right-hand side, square ball looking for Hadji. Well done. That play. Was Ali McCann, I think it was winning the tackle.
McMenamin's done brilliant.
And McMenamin's down under the challenge. Play on, says the referee. 4 additional, minimum of 4 additional minutes to be played in the national arena in Bucharest.
Well, I was just going to say,
there's another yellow card coming out for
I think it was for the challenge. I'm not sure who was it. Was it Olaro that made the challenge, or? But McMenamin sort of fell on the ball, and then they kicked at the ball when it was under his legs.
It was a sort of Conor McMenamin sandwich. Yeah. McMenamin's making a signal that he felt studs were used. I think it is going to be the substitute Sorescu.
Yeah.
And Hadji's been told to go away by the Swedish referee.
But you're saying there, Michael, about the man of the match. I would give it a read, purely and simply because, you know, it's a fairy tale. 10 years after, you know, he was last in the under-21 squad, he comes
11 years, yeah.
11 years, scores on his international debut.
He stood on him.
He did, yeah.
He stood on him in quite a painful place.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking Bucharest.
I would give it a read then.
Because it'll be the thing the game will be remembered for.
Exactly, absolutely.
Long ball played forward. Northern Ireland looking for a winning goal here. Edge of the penalty area. Pressure being put on. That's a soft free kick conceded by Shea Charles and not played away by the right position. And Pushkas is a little shove at Owen Toll, and the game's ending in a little bit of bad temper.
Yeah. I think they're disappointed, Michael. I think they expected to come, you know, against Northern Ireland and possibly score a few goals.
Well, the flag was up against the man coming in from the right-hand side.
You made the point, Michael, that there's no VAR here tonight. Isn't that right? And that explains it. The assistant referees put his flag up right away, whereas if VAR had been on, that would have went through, and all sorts of things might have happened, and then eventually they would have called it back for offside. And it's clear cut. He's 2 or 3 yards offside.
So, thinking ahead to Scotland, is there pressure? Do you think there's pressure on Michael O'Neill not to pick Bradley for 290 minutes in a row, or not?
You see, the thing about Bradley, Michael, is that you know what you're getting from Conor Bradley, and you know the game doesn't really mean anything. I would say that he may come under some pressure from Liverpool to say, give him a rest. Michael might try to say, well, if Bradley's not playing, can I fit somebody in there and give them
obviously hoping Ballard's back.
Exactly, so
long ball forward by the Romanians. Minute and a half of stoppage time to be played. It's been let go by Brodie Spencer and out of play for the goal kick.
But having said that, the way we play, it does take a toll on the players, and what you've got travelling tomorrow and then a couple of days rest before you're back into it. He must be. We're just seeing the Romanian manager. He must
should
be
mention
really
that previously, probably Jamie Reid's most famous goal was off the bench for Stevenage, a penalty at Villa Park, and a famous cup upset against some bunch of alleged top footballers just over a year ago. They scored 2 goals in about the last 5 minutes. Jamie Reid with a cool as a cucumber penalty for 1-1. But I think now Jamie Reid will remember this goal as well, in addition to the one he scored against the Villa. So we're into the last minute of stoppage time. Feels like this game is going to be a fourth consecutive draw between these senior men's sides. I think the next long blast of the whistle from the Swedish referee will tell you.
Yeah, I think
this honours even.
They've got the ball now. Maybe one last attack, and if this peters out, I think that might be the end of it.
So it's the man all in yellow, Dragushin, on the halfway line.
And Bradley again.
Well cut out by Conor Bradley, who's worked from minute 1 to minute 94.
Yeah, he's a tremendous player.
Back with Romania. 10 seconds left to play. This would be a cruel blow were they to score now. Onto the left foot, attempted cross into the penalty area. Good header away by, I think it was Trey Hume.
That's it.
And that is that. The match will be remembered for Jamie Reid scoring on his debut at the age of 29. Brilliantly taken goal, well worked on the right hand side by Conor Bradley and Shea Charles. Two great passes, and Jamie Reid a tremendous finish into the top corner of the net. The Romanians equalising through Dennis Mann halfway through the first half. They're heading to the Euros. I don't think this game will live long in Romanian football history, but there are enough positives there for Northern Ireland, enough little buds, little green shoots, John O'Neill.
Exactly, and it's the old saying, you can only play what's in front of you. We thought coming into this game, the fact that they'd walked through their group so easily in qualifying, that they would put us under severe pressure. We dealt with everything that they threw at us. We scored the best goal in the game. Bar a few short passes in the first half, we could have had maybe a second, and their goal was a little bit lucky from their point of view. So all in all, I think it's a great night, Michael, and a draw in Romania is good at any time.
And a much more experienced Romanian squad than a Northern Irish one, with only 130-something left in the squad.
Exactly, and that's why I think you've got to congratulate the players because of their inexperience. For example, I thought Brodie Spencer in the first half was under tremendous pressure, and he dealt with it and came through it. And I think it showed maybe that Paddy Lane is a little bit inexperienced. I thought it was more compact and tight down that side when McManaman come on, because he's been there and done it a little bit longer. So overall, I think it's a great learning experience from him. And the fact that they were able to see the game out and not concede any stupid goals late on in the game, I think that's a big learning point for them as well.
Very happy Green and White Army. They've paid the hard cash to get to Bucharest. They were rewarded with a performance of real battling quality, and let's face it, John, it's a very exposed arena in which to learn the international game if you're a championship player or a League One player.
Absolutely, and as I say, I was lucky and fortunate when I made my debut and came into the Northern Ireland side. I had players with loads of experience around me, and these kids are all having to learn together, and it's difficult for them, and you can get knocked back very quickly when that happens. So it's nights like this that they will look back on and say, look, well, we went to Romania, a top side, had qualified for the Euros, and come away with a credible draw, and on another night, we may have won it. Because on chances, Michael, we probably had the better chances, and they had a lot of possession, but you never
66% to 34.
You never really felt threatened by it. And if you look at the attempts on targets, they've had one more attempt than us for double the possession. So possession means nothing, absolutely nothing. And I like the fact that, again, for the second game in a row, we were more direct. We were prepared to put the ball into the final third of the field. If they want it, well and good, we will get the second ball. If we want it, we'll play from there. And I think that helps us quite a bit. If we can, compact the whole playing, the area down, it makes it more difficult for them to play through us.
But that second 45 minutes, that's the sort of 45 minutes that gives friendlies a bad name.
It does,
isn't it?
It does give them a bad name. But to be fair, Michael, the onus is on them. They're at home. They've got to come and do something. And we're happy enough if they're going to, play maybe not to the best of their ability. But for us, it's a great result, I think.
Well, we're sitting here in the comedy studio in Blackstaff on Tuesday evening. John O'Neill and I will be in Hampden Park. I've never been to Hampden Park.
You'll enjoy it, Michael. The Hampden
Played
Roar.
There?
Yeah, I've played there a couple of times.
The old Hampden?
Yeah, we played there when we went to Scotland for the qualifying campaign for 82, and we went 1-0 up, and I think it was after about 15 or 16 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, and
Billy Hamilton, was it?
Yeah, and in those days when we got a goal up, we were hard to beat. But it was the old story. They hit back really, really quickly, and then after that,
John
it was
Work at the equaliser.
Yeah, that's right. It was backs against the wall. But it was one of the one of the best experience I ever had playing with a full Hampden, the Hampden Roar. I'd heard all about it down through the years, and that's why if they've got a full house, this is going to be another great learning experience for those types of players. And those are the nights that players want to play. They want to play in, And okay, you think to yourself as a player of Northern Ireland, you may not get to all these big finals and whatnot, but you can play against some of the best players in the world if you get to international football, and that in alone is an incentive for any player, I think.
I will leave. I'll leave you, John, with one stat. Well, many stats that Marshall Gillespie sends us in advance. But Jamie Reid, at 29 years and 251 days, he's the second oldest player to score on his senior debut for Northern Ireland. The oldest was Sammy McCrory against England in November 1953, who was 33 years and 26 days. There you are. Hats off to Jamie Reid.
Yep.
We will remember his goal. His friends and family and Northern Ireland supporters remember the goal. It finished in Bucharest. Romania 1, Northern Ireland 1, Joe.
Michael, John, thank you both very much for that. Jim Magilton and Keith Gillespie sitting watching that one with me. So, Jim, we were happy at half time, 1-1. Second half, all the changes, all the usual. But, John's right, isn't he? We've restricted them to just one more attempt on goal than what we actually had, despite the fact they had twice the possession. Michael O'Neill, and I thought, will be pretty delighted with that result tonight, won't he?
Yeah, of course he will. It's a positive result built on another positive result from the last game. So all part of the learning curve, I'm sure. If you look at the first half performance and Harry set up and obviously wanted to play a counter-attacking style, and it worked wonders for them, and probably taking more care of the ball, they may have reaped even greater dividends. But certainly building on the young players' confidence and that resilience and mentality that is so important at this level, it's a very positive result.
Good to get a result as well, Keith, coming off the back of the Denmark win, which is carried a little bit of momentum now into 2 unbeaten and now off to Hampden on Tuesday night.
Yeah, look, we know we had a difficult campaign the last one, but to get that victory against the top Denmark side was great, and we carried that into tonight. And you look at, the second half wasn't entirely enthralling for us, but it did. We restricted them. 2 shots on target, both from long range and straight at Peacock Farrell. And you're playing against a team that's going to major finals here, so there's a lot of good things to be taken out of the game. And I was just speaking to Jim before there. I think the game on Tuesday will be a much stiffer test, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.